Great. Okay, there's sound now. Oh boy. Hi. 1 whole minute without sound. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that's how the new year's gonna crack out. All right. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. So anyways, I was trying to say, but you weren't hearing me. If you don't mind, I kind of wanted to do a reading, mostly just tailored to you. And I didn't know how you guys felt about that. If you guys are more interested into the love readings, or you're really okay with a reading just tailored to you and what's going on with your heart and your mind and your spirit and your soul path. So let me know here in the comments how you feel. All right, you were good with the black screen? Yay! I'm so glad. I hope you didn't mind. I'm so glad. Okay. Well, yeah, that black screen was a good reading. It may not have been so awesome, but it was a good reading. You guys usually listen to it without video anyways. All right. So you guys do feel pretty okay with it being just about you? It put you to sleep? That's good. All right. So, okay. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit wants to reveal for you. Spirit, please guide me in this message. Show me what needs to be revealed today for New Year's Eve. We're all stepping into a new year. We all want new things. We want to do things better. We want to be better. We want to learn more. We want to grow. Please reveal to us our path, what we need to know to do this and to do it well. All right. So we start out with the High Priestess. And this is going to be the energy of following your intuition, taking it all in, but not giving it all out. So withhold. You're going to come into the new year wanting to kind of withhold yourself from maybe jumping into relationships or jumping into jobs or jumping into arguments or conversations. You're just going to want to hold back a little bit coming into the new year, always trusting your gut instincts, trusting your intuition. And then you have 9 of Cups, and this is about wish fulfillment. It's also about self-love and joy in whatever you have now, not wanting more, just being happy with what you have. So this is, and how many of us have really accepted what we have and just been happy with it? Because, you know, the new year, we're going to do a lot of goal setting. And a lot of people do goal setting because they're not happy with what they have, you know, and it's good to want more. It's good to have goals, but is it good to not be satisfied with what you have? And this is definitely a reminder that what's crossing you is contentment and acceptance with what you have. Your past is 3 of Swords, so in the new year, you're going to be conquering this. You're going to be conquering your heartbreak. You're going to be conquering possibly even a third-party situation. You're going to try to get a handle of it. And in this new year, I see that you're going to be really working on your healing and trying to step away from the heartbreak. The 3 of Swords is a very painful situation. It may have even brought you physical pain, physical body ailments, stress, headaches, heart, chest pains. I think that if you had some worries about all of that, you're really wanting to tackle it now, especially health, heart health. So maybe you want to work on your heart health. Maybe that's quitting smoking. Maybe that's losing weight. Maybe that's eating better. Maybe that's running, working out, whatever. But I think heart health is going to be very important for you for the year 2020. What are you going to be facing in the right now, moving forward, immediately in your energy, is the Justice card. And this is just about karma. It's about doing the right thing for the right reasons. It's about opening up your eyes and seeing the truth, speaking the truth, living your truth. So it's about being honest with yourself and honest with others. You could also be dealing with a Libra right now that has caused you a lot of pain in the past. And you're going to be working on that in your future. You have the Chariot. I love that. And that's moving forward in a really positive direction for self-love and self and happiness. This is really tackling your shadow side and becoming balanced. And this is about just being victorious, being confident, a go-getter, someone that's taking charge and taking lead of their life. someone that may not know all the answers, but has enough confidence to trust and keep moving forward. How you see yourself with Spirit and how Spirit sees you as a healer. Spirit sees you working on your healing, your meditation, your mantras. Again, this is about being quiet, listening, giving thanks. It's about rest, and Spirit wants you to sleep better this year. Spirit wants you to spend less time on electronics, less time on technology, more time in nature. Spirit wants you to breathe in all the blessings around you, take in more deep breaths of fresh air, take in more sunrises and sunsets, take in more peace, and find, again, just this comfortable acceptance with what is. And Spirit is seeing you doing that for 2020 and really wanting you to exercise this right of peace. You have a right to have peace. You have a right to privacy. You have a right for self-respect. You have a right for your own isolation when needed. To honor yourself, I think, is the overall message there with Spirit. Honor yourself. And in 2020, cherish who you are, cherish your body and your mind and your soul. How much time do you have left on this planet? We don't know. Enjoy every moment you can of it. Make the most of it. Don't waste it away doing things that make you miserable. So really it's about getting on your true path, being righteous with your purpose, your destiny. And in 2020, I see you awakening and acknowledging that. You see yourself as the balancing act, the Two of Pentacles. You see yourself as doing it all, handling so many things, very busy, juggling things left and right, just extremely overwhelmed at times, but still maintaining. So you see yourself as busy. But that's a very big elephant in the room, right? It's an elephant walking on a tightrope. How long can it last? How long is your life going to be maintainable the way you're doing it? It's not going to last much longer. One of these pentacles is going to drop. This elephant has to come down off the tightrope at one stage or another. So you can't keep doing this. Whatever you're doing, working 40, 50 hours a week, maybe more than that, living in the same home you are, doing the same thing you're doing every day, you can't maintain that anymore. The schedule that you've had, you can't do that anymore. The diet you've had, can't do that anymore. You need to change that. The way you're in your relationships, the way you maintain them, the way you try to keep juggling your relationship, it's not healthy. It needs to stop. A lot of people are continuously doing the same thing, juggling the same bullshit forever. And it's ridiculous because it's not changing, and the ball's going to drop. And I think in 2020, which is Two of Pentacles, 2 years, 2020, you've got a couple years to make a big change. And that's when these planetary alignments are going to be moving out of Sagittarius and Capricorn somewhere else. So by 2022, everything's going to be very different. And now's your opportunity to get a stable foundation and change your life for the better so you can start making better habits and a better path for yourself, because you're on your way to a new path. How does the person that you're in love with feel about you? 5 of Wands. Back and forth. Unstable, I think, would be the right word. Your person sees you as unstable, maybe even fiery, temperamental, angry, emotionally unstable because your passions are neither here nor there. They're up and down. You can be angry with them one minute, then you can be happy with them in another minute. The way your person sees you is just, how do you say, like unpredictable and tired of fighting and tired of the back and forth and argumentative, to be honest. A lot of discord. Maybe you just feel that way. Maybe it's reversible and you feel like with your partner, with the one you love, there's a lot of that coming from their end. A lot of disharmony and discord and back and forth and arguments and anger, and that doesn't make anybody feel good. So how are you going to be feeling about this? You're feeling like it's a ticking time bomb. You're feeling like you're going to snap anyways, because you know you're on the balancing act. You know you're the elephant on the little tight wire. You know that it's only a matter of time before you give it all up, before you quit messing with this. And this is just too much. I went there and I couldn't find any decks. On my website, go to jks1111.com. Go to the top left corner, scroll down, you'll see tarot cards, and that's where you're going to find this deck. Thank you for looking. Anyways, this is really just you ready to explode. It's only a matter of time, and it's just too much. So the way you're feeling about all this is, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know how much more of this I can take. It's only a matter of time before I completely fold in the cards and call it good, because you're tired of this too. And Spirit's saying, well, what we need to face right here is self-happiness and acceptance. Acceptance with what is, and karma, justice. You know, my grandpa died this month, and it had me thinking, what happens when you die? And so I was looking into a lot of these little clips on YouTube about what happens when you die, and, you know, life after death things, and so on and so forth. And I don't know. I heard story after story. I don't know if I believe them all. Sometimes I think it's hallucinations. I am a Saggy with Moolah, so I really just, and I have my Jupiter in Scorpio, so I'm very judgmental, I guess, when it comes to spiritual and religious beliefs about death. And I question a lot, and I really think I need valid proof, but there is no proof. No one's ever really going to know what the heck happens until it happens. And there's no coming back when it really happens. So all the people that came back, they didn't really die. They came back. So, I mean, I don't know if I can validate their experiences. I don't know if I could believe them, because there is a lack of oxygen to the brain. There is a moment of panic. So I just don't know, guys. I really don't know, but listening to them still moved me, you know? And hearing all their stories, some were really happy, some were sad, some were talking about just a darkness, some were talking about family members, you know, and it's different for probably everybody. I don't know. I don't really want to voice what I think on this channel, but I did want to tell you that I feel something that moved me was a young girl dying of some kind of a lung disease. I forgot what it was called. But anyways, she was beautiful, she was young, and she had faced death many times, and then she did die for a moment, and she kind of explained it. But I don't really care about the experience she had in her quick little passing, her little 2-minute passing, but I do care about how she came back and how everybody else came back, and they all said one fluid thing, which made sense to me, and it was the complete desire to live, the complete desire to appreciate every moment. All of them were like, you know, it was beautiful where I was, it was nice, and when I came back, yeah, there was a lot of pain and stress, but it made me look at the sky differently. It made me look at the flowers and the earth and each day differently. It made me look at my family differently. It made me look at problems differently. It made me look at work differently, and money and food and everything. Their whole perception changed, and I loved that. I loved that I picked that up from everybody's little stories. And so this card is really speaking to me about that, and it's saying, what is our luster for life? And if we were to almost pass away now, tonight, tomorrow, and we came back, how would we look at it differently? Would you drop that person that you're basically chasing after? Would you quit your hated job and go after some glorious, self-fulfilling, purposeful career? What would you do differently? Would you go back to school? Would you want to spend more time outdoors? Would you sell your big house and just travel? Would you cook differently, eat differently, live differently? What would you do? And then that makes me feel upset at myself and selfish even, that I have this life and I've spent days being sad, or I've spent days wasted in isolation, or I've spent time mourning after someone that clearly doesn't get it through their thick head because they're an idiot. And it is what it is. That's their idiot path. It's not mine. And how much more time am I going to waste on that path? And it's not that I don't have any more interest in that person or these people. it's just an epiphany where how much time am I willing to sacrifice or throw away on something that doesn't make me happy? Because time is precious. And I think this year in 2020, we're going to be learning how precious time really is. And how precious and valuable your life is. And how important your soul growth and purpose is. Because there was something else that stuck out to someone, and she was on a Megyn Kelly show, and I hate Megyn Kelly, but whatever. Sorry, guys. Anyways, she was on the show, and she said one thing, and she was like, let me take it back, though. I don't hate anybody. I just don't like. Okay? I don't like. But anyway, I'm going to move on. She was sitting on the show saying that she noticed that maybe she had lived before, and when she passed, she felt this connection to a past life connection. And the woman on her show said that she noticed that there was something that she would consider like a cycle or a synchronicity or some kind of a pattern that she's had around her lifetime after lifetime, and that obviously karmic issue that followed her. And the way she described it was financial disparity in each lifetime. Or she even described it as trouble in love, in relationships, in each lifetime. And she was looking back at her life and many lives and realizing that there was one synchronistic energy around each lifetime. And it was a karmic chain. It was a cycle. It has to be dealt with, right? Which is what we're being asked to deal with now. And then, obviously, we're all already thinking the same thing right now. Do you want to carry this karmic cycle in the next life? Do you want to wake up one day, turn 18 years old, after your youth and your new childhood when you're reborn, and start reliving relationship hell? Or, spiritual hell, and having to relearn all this again? And oh my God, right? Do you want to have more relationship hell? I mean, I don't. I don't know if everyone has relationship hell. Probably not. There's a lot of blissful relationships. But I sure as shit don't want to go back to this runner-chaser mentality. I don't want to go back to this. And I don't wait. I haven't waited on my person in years. Well, maybe the last year especially. I haven't really waited. I don't care. But mostly the past 3 years. But yeah, I think I'm just done with that. Are you? Because I feel like this is the ticking time bomb. We're just done. We're done waiting and bullshitting back and forth, wasting time, juggling what? And so I think this new year is a really self-motivated, self-love kind of energy. And, I'm glad that that woman brought that to everyone's attention, that if we don't be grateful for what we have now, we don't see what's in front of us, and we don't feel connected to this earth, we're going to have major issues in the next life cycle, because everything is a cycle. Another thing that kind of irritated me and that I got to thinking about was the classic spiritual saying with no proof or evidence to back it up, which is, our life is not a reality. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's a fantasy. It's a perspective of a perspective. It's a, we're making our life in front of us and it's not real. I hear a lot of people saying that shit and it bothers me. It bugs the fuck out of me. Excuse my French, but it bugs the fuck out of me. If I hear someone else, you might catch a case publicly because I'm going to strangle someone. Seriously, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not going to catch a case. Okay. But it bugs the shit out of me because it doesn't make sense at all. What does make sense is that there is multiple realities. What does make sense is that this is a reality and we can manifest another different kind of reality, which is a timeline. We can change our perspective. We can change our outcome. We do it every day. It's choices. Yes, you may be able to manifest a new house and a new husband or wife and children and a new job like that, and you're on a new timeline and you're experiencing it. You can change your reality, or you can continue on this one or go on a whole nother one. It's all reality. It's all real. They're just different. They're different realities. And so when people say it's just fake, it's not real, we're just a spirit, having a human experience, I believe that to an extent. I believe we are right where we should be, and spirit should be in our body. Who says that that's wrong? Who says that this is second best? Who says that spiritual life is more important than this physical life? Who says that? And who had the right to say that? And who had the right to label that and put it on a scale system? No one has that right. And it comes down to this, that your reality is what you want it to be, and so is your universe and your perspection of things. Your perspective. I can't talk. Shit. Mercury's really messing with me, guys, for days. But, okay. So some people believe this is not a reality. So what are you? Just a lifeless being stuck on this earth in an undesirable life, in an undesirable body, having an undesirable experience that you can't wait to get out of so you can go to some place you don't even know what the fuck is? So you can go somewhere that you don't even know what the fuck? That's what you're living for? And so when people say that, I'm like, well, where the fuck are you going? What's out there? Why don't you enlighten me? Tell me. Tell me how shitty this earth is, and how shitty this body is, and how shitty this existence is. Please tell me, and then tell me where you're going. They don't have any proof. They have nothing to back it up. It's fantasy, it's imagination, and you know what? That's not real. So I laugh at people that say this isn't real, because this is real. And we may be a spiritual entity experiencing a physical human experience, but we're meant to do it right. We're meant to enjoy this. We're meant to taste the nectar of this world, whatever it has to offer. Be it financial, be it children, be it this earth, be it all of it. Be it food, be it laughter, be it joy, be it any human experience. And if you ask me, people that doubt how beautiful this earth can be, they need the real help, not the other way around. It's not that we're all shitty entities and beings down here having a shitty experience. It's they're having a shitty experience, and I'm sorry that you're having a shitty experience. But we're meant to make the most of this experience and find what appreciation with what we have. And I think if there is the master of this universe, if there is this God and this divine feminine, this divine masculine, which I believe, that they have created this kind of a beautiful environment to be enjoyed, to be held, to experience pleasure, to experience pain and pleasure. The gift of sorrow is also the gift of happiness, because we wouldn't experience happiness without the sorrow. So I'm truly grateful for this experience. Even the loss and deaths and ups and downs and physical difficulties, emotional difficulties, and so on. And I think what we have to learn here is to get over ourselves, get over our fantasies, and start looking into what's real. And I know that's cliche because Saturn's going into Capricorn. It's like, duh. Of course you're having a realistic experience, Steph. Yeah, I am. And so are you. And I think the reality is, this is our reality. You can fantasize your little butt however you want to fantasize it in some realm that you're not in. But the truth is, sweetie, that you're here. And you better look around and see if you like it. Because if you don't like it, whining about it isn't going to change it. And wishing your way away in some mental landscape isn't going to cure your happiness on this earth. So it's really about grasping reality, seeing the truth of life and the truth of your relationship, and accepting it for what it is, not trying to pretend it's something that it's not. And so if you are having a difficult situation, which you are juggling back and forth with, and you're stepping into the year 2020, take a good, hard, long look at it. There are probably lots and pieces of your relationship that you want to keep, that means something to you, and you hang on to that. But there is going to be other things that are bullshit that you need to let go of, and that's just the hard truth. It's just the cold, hard truth. You need to let go of some of the bullshit, and I've been saying it nice for years on my channel. I've been saying it so nice, and I've been like, you know, let go of this and let go. And no, really, let me get really real with you right here. Let go. Quit. Quit damaging yourself and hurting yourself, hanging on to something that is no good. I'm not saying break up with that person and stop going after that person and who cares about love. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you are being hurt and unloved, what are you doing? And I'm saying that because I have read my comments. And in a lot of my comments, people are like, I'm completely shunned from this person. They have no interest in me. They cuss me out. They hit me. They spit on me. They abuse me. They impregnated their karmic, which I don't even know they're with the karmic. Maybe they're with their divine. I don't know. But all these comments of they're often married, they're off with this person, they're living their life. It rings a bell. Why isn't it ringing a bell for you? They're off living their life, and you're here hurting. You're not living your life. You're stuck. And the only person who's really stuck is you. That's who's stuck. And I'm just being real. I'm just being 100. 100. It's you who's stuck. And we can sit here and fantasize about the life you want with this person. But is it really going to happen based on your reality right now? Example, someone is pregnant. They are 6 months. They haven't even given birth. They're cheating on them with you. Example. What possible decent outcome are you going to have in the next year? Are they going to drop that pregnant person and come be with you and forget the baby and forget that life and forget those people's parents and forget that marriage and just jump into your arms and go move to Havana? Probably not. Probably hell of a not. 99.9% that thought is bullshit. And the planet's determined that's bullshit. And so I'm telling you that because you have to quit. You have to quit breaking your own heart after something that's not real and not going to happen. And I'm saying that because Saturn is going into Capricorn, and we have to look at things realistically, because right now the universe, God, divine masculine, divine feminine, okay, are asking us to look at the cold hard truth, to look at the facts, which is what Capricorn wants us to do. And it is very hard, but it's taking us away from a fantasy ideal to a realistic one, and to actually taking steps and physical actions to better your life. What does that mean? Getting therapy, counseling, going to school, getting a gym membership, eating better healthy diets, speaking with the ones you love, meditation, detoxification, clarification. Not all of those together, just pick one. Or they could be all together. I don't care. I'm just saying now with these transits, it means it's time to actually take physical actions to better your life, so you can stop chasing these dreams. And this chariot is about moving forward with your happiness, your life. And to be honest, when you get the chariot card, there's usually one black energy and one white energy. And it is about the balance of dark and light, good and evil, shadow side and your light side, reality and fantasy, masculine and feminine. It's about getting balance and moving forward. And the chariot usually talks about it not being perfectly in alignment. There's a little shakiness. Sometimes you see one horse going one direction and one going the other, making the chariot rider a little bit uncomfortable because the stability of the chariot isn't exactly balanced yet. The rider's moving forward with the horses, usually is the typical chariot card. And above him is the sky, the fantasy, and below him is the earth. And it talks about someone being balanced in between heaven and earth, spirit and physical, being balanced in the in-between and moving forward. And that's what it really represents. Now in this card, I just had dolphins because they're awesome. They're gorgeous. And it's a Cancer energy, but it has the same meaning, that these two creatures may not be able to have a verbal conversation, but they can have a spiritual psychic conversation with telepathy, which dolphins do have telepathy. And they can have these conversations spiritually, and they know what the hell they're doing and where they're going without saying it. And so this is really you moving forward, just knowing it, trusting your intuition. And so again, being balanced. You don't have to be perfectly aligned to have a wonderful 2020. But really what's coming in, to be honest, for 2020 is a harsh reality. And nobody wants to talk about it. So I will talk about it on my channel because nobody else wants to talk about it. Everyone's 2020 is going to be so great and awesome, and I feel like it is. I'm excited for 2020, but I don't see a single tarot channel saying 2020 is going to be a harsh reality check. 2020 is going to be a very physically exhausting effort to better your life. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the planetary transitions and how that's going to kick some serious karmic ass, which is great, but it's also going to kick your ass because it's going to make you work harder than you've ever worked before. And it's going to push you to a limit that you've never pushed yourself before. But isn't that good? When you go to the gym, if you guys have gone to the gym and you're sweating literally your butt off, literally sweating it off, and you stink like a warthog, okay? And you go shower though, and you get into your clothes and you put on your good smellies, and you walk out like, you feel so good because you worked harder than you've ever worked before, and you have something to be proud about. And that's what 2020 is going to be about. Hard ass work, but something that pays off because Saturn delivers. Jupiter delivers. And here they are together most of the time, and sometimes just very close in this next 2 years.
What's that here?
It's a snake.
What is that?
It's a blue tail of the snake. Okay, sorry. So anyways, yeah, let's just move on with the reading. I just wanted to address a level of reality here because I go through these comments and I don't care if I lose a bunch of viewers. I usually do. Whenever I speak the truth, freaking people start dropping like flies because they can't handle it. They don't want to hear it. They can't handle it. They'd rather go to the next channel. Yeah, there's two. They'd rather just go to the next channel and hear the same story over and over again. And do you know how disgusted I get listening to tarot? And you hear the same shit all year. It's the same story every card pull. Here we are again, here we are again, here we are again, here we are again. Here. What is this, Groundhog Day? I mean, okay. For me, 2020, I'm going to be real. I've always been real, but I'm going to be really real. I'm not going to hold my tongue. I'm going to tell you what the actual energy is and not try to paint a nice scenario so the cards look nice for you. And so there's a nice story and you can go feel good. I mean, yes, sometimes those are good stories. They're good to have you go home and feel good and have some confidence and have some drive and determination to keep fighting. And I love those readings and I will always do those readings, but they're always truthful. When they do come out, they will be truthful. But if another story comes out, I'm going to be honest about that too. I'm not going to go, well, this is an intense reading. Nobody wants to have this reading. I'm going to try to just fake the story and manipulate the cards and paint a picture for the audience. No, I'm not. You don't have to like this story or this card pool. But I'm going to tell you the truth about it. And you can trust your own intuition. This is your past. If you're watching and you relate, maybe you're an air sign or you're dealing with one. But you've been hurt. You've had a broken heart more than once. You've suffered. You've been living through a veil. You haven't had exactly the opportunity to live the life you really want to live. You've almost been living a lie. You've betrayed yourself many, many times for other people, and you've put yourself on the back burner. And if that's not true, then don't continue to watch this video anymore. But if that is true for you, then continue to watch. Because what Spirit wants you to do is find some happy, some wish fulfillment, some physical results, instead of looking at the wall saying, where's my results? Why am I not getting my happy? Why am I not getting my wish fulfillment? Well, let's get real about it in the tarot. Right now it's karmic. There's a cycle. There's something that has to be dealt with. And Justice is saying, okay, guys, let's look at it. Let's have a court trial. Let's present the evidence. And as far as the evidence shows, you may be experiencing a karmic cycle. That's based on the evidence that you've experienced something more than once, not just in this lifetime, but in previous ones. And Spirit's like, are you ready to handle that now? Because it requires work. It requires self-reflection and determination. And it requires you to blow up this little thing you got going on right now to keep yourself together. Because this is talking about blowing up a foundation and having a complete paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift is letting one reality fall and another one be awakened. Maybe believing that this world was not a reality and this world was fake and it's all a projection helped you at one time. And it was good for you at one time. But it's not good for you today. Today you've overextended that lesson and you're learning another one. And it's about appreciation for this earth, for this body, for this existence, for the present moment. That's what your new lesson is. Thank you so much for the super chat. Who is this? Is that Ernestina? Oh, hi, thank you. You know, I think it's a synchronicity for me and a blessing that you donated that to me. And it means a lot just with your name, because my grandpa that passed away just a little bit ago, his middle name was Ernest. And everyone called him Ernie, even though his first name was Jose, but Ernie. And so that is a very spiritual, synchronistic thing for me, that my grandpa might even be around, and that's just a sign. So thank you so much for your super chat, and I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that your name meant even more than anything. So I really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you. That is so cute. I really love that. All right, so moving on with our little journey here into 2020, this is for you. This isn't your other person, but you know, yeah, it's reversible, but I just want you to know as a reader, what I'm reading right now is about you. It's not about someone else, and I want to yank some energy about the viewer, and this is what I'm seeing. And so I see a lot of heartache and pain and heartbreak, and I see that right now you are facing a heavy dose of karma, a heavy dose of reality, and this is truth, like a, how do you say, like a truth bomb. And so Justice is here wielding her sword like a truth bomb, and just saying, look at the reality of the situation. And so in your future, you're moving forward. You're getting out of this rut, out of this karmic cycle, which is so good. And this has nothing to do with your karmic person or your person's karmic. This has something to do with your personal soul attachment to a cycle, which is your personal karma. And that's what I'm talking about. And we're done with that. So, okay. So that's how you feel. You're like, Steph, I'm ready. Ticking time bomb. Let's blow this shiznit up. Blow this foundation up. I am ready for something new. And that's great. And a lot of us feel that way. So what is the challenge? I laugh because you have strength. The strength is being strong enough to do it physically. Like physically, how are you doing in your health? Focus on that. I have a lot of people that are paralyzed, or they're on a wheelchair, they have a crutch, or they had surgery, or they have back problems or knee problems or feet problems. And I know that it's stupid to say, and a lot of you don't believe it, but sometimes it is a mind over matter. Sometimes when something clicks in your brain that I'm not going to tolerate this physical issue anymore in my life, I'm going to change it. I'm going to be better. You can. And you know, you can Google it. I don't know the name of this person, but there is someone that had surgery on their back. They were a veteran. They were paralyzed and they were told they could never walk again. Well, this person was told, this man was told he could never walk again. And he became overweight in the wheelchair and he tried to walk and he told the doctor that I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk in 6 months, damn it. If I have to bust my ass every single second of my life, I'm going to walk out of this hospital. And he did. He walked with crutches and a walker. He was barely walking, but he walked out of that hospital because he set a goal for himself. He had a mindset and he was not wavering. He saw the goal and he kept at it. And even though he didn't walk out of there probably how he envisioned, which is without a walker, without crutches, without leg braces, he still walked. So sometimes your manifestation isn't going to be exactly like you picture it, but you will succeed. And then when he got home, he said, I will run again. I will walk healthy again. And he did yoga, which is a very healthy practice. I recommend for 2020, everybody, male or female, take on some form of yoga because breathing has a lot to do with it and the chakras have a lot to do with it and the energy source and the mindset. So yoga is beautiful and he did take that on. And he fell all over the place in his house. There's videos of him falling all over the place trying to do yoga for like a year. And he was sucking at it terribly, but he just kept doing it. He didn't give a shit. And he documented every day his experiences. Do you know, and I don't know how many years it is after, but I think it was like 2 or 3 years after he was doing that, that man was running in a park, on the sidewalk, around a lake, running, jogging. And he walks perfectly fine now. He walks, he runs. Hell, he probably just was hoping he could walk. And the man is running. And it took longer than he thought, but he did it. He freaking did it. And you know, all those doctors were like, damn, I didn't even know it was possible. Medically, he shouldn't be. So there's really no answer. There's no answer how he did it, but he did it, and I guess we're just happy. They call it a miracle. You know, call it a miracle, call it a paradigm shift. Call it willpower. Call it determination. Call it what it really is. It's your brain making shit happen, and that's reality. And that's why I said this reality is real, but you can manipulate it. Doesn't mean it's not real. It just means you're able to manipulate reality. And that's beautiful. And so you can do that. And the strength is, do you have the willpower? Do you have the strength? Do you have the mindset? Do you have the gumption? Do you have the physical energy? Do you have what it takes to get yourself out of this karmic cycle, out of this karmic rut? And that's the challenge, the strength card. You might be challenged with a Leo this year. Maybe you're a Leo, or maybe there's a Leo in your life, and that person is either going to help you in some way or make you have some drive to do what you got to do. But there's a Leo in your life somewhere. Maybe it's a Leo rising for you. Maybe it's a Leo Venus. Maybe it's a Leo lover. Maybe it's a Leo karmic that pisses you off and makes you push yourself further. Maybe it's the Leo in your kids. But there is a Leo energy. And whatever that is, that's going to push you. You're going to want to overcome that shit. You know? So you're going to find the strength. And you're going to get this crap out of you. You're going to detoxify yourself from a mindset that holds you back, from a heart that holds you back, from emotions that hold you back, from naysayers that hold you back, from everything. And that's going to be the karmic breaking of chains. And what is your outcome? The devil. Facing the devil. Temptation. But I view this as a good card because you're going to be so stuck on your own self, so stuck on your own journey that you're going to conquer this demon inside of you.
Mama,
What?
come see this whole army of chin gods.
Oh boy, the Shin Godzilla again. The whole army. Guys, I have to look at his army. Just give me a moment here. I'll be back. Oh, yeah. You're so beautiful. I love you. Put them in the box if you want. Because it's fun. All right. So my next thing that I'm going to talk about with the outcome, you tell me a reader who's going to deal with this card as well as I do, because I'm going to kick some serious ass with this Capricorn Devil outcome. You just sit back and you watch me kick some serious outcome ass and learn something. You sit down and you learn something about this. So when the Devil comes into the outcome, number one, you have to face him. The outcome is you don't have a choice. You don't get to go pick, do I want to deal with this or not? You're going to actually have to do it, period. And there's no way around it. You're cornered. It's in front of you. The elephant is in the room. You can't get away from it. You're going to face it. You're going to have to face your karma. You're going to have to face a karmic partner. You're not going to get to run with your tail between your legs scared. You're not going to get to what I'm saying is you don't get to avoid your karmic partner or your partner's karmic partner or your karma. You're going to have to face them. Thank you so much for that super chat of $50. Who is this? Jeff, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, hun. So now that you're facing this karmic entity, this can be yourself, this can be your karmic, doesn't matter. Can be both. But the outcome is you have to deal with it. This is the year 2020. You don't get to beat around the bush, avoid the truth. The truth is you've got some issues. The truth is you have to face them. And the truth is 2020 is the year it's going to happen. And I like that we have Capricorn here because Capricorn kicks serious butt. I love Capricorn energy. I love Capricorn people. My brother's a Capricorn in tropical. I don't know many Capricorns, but in tropical, I have a Capricorn rising.
Mom, come see something.
Okay, and my lover had a Capricorn moon, so hang on one second.
Mom,
Yep, that's really cool.
Mom, come see.
I'm working. I can't just leave and come see you. Come bring it over here.
Okay.
And I've talked about this many times, but if you're new and you're watching or you're just chiming in, listen. Listen, Linda.
Mom, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready? He's going to show me Godzilla's in the box. Wow, that's awesome. Full of my cotton balls. How creative. You are a real Amazon package deliverer.
Just like Danny did with his daughter things.
Okay.
His daughter who things.
Yep, that's right, honey. Now you go take that in there, okay? And go see your Spider-Man. Okay. So Capricorn has the energy of the sea goat.
Mom, you saw Corona and you saw this.
Thank you, honey. So the sea goat is half fish, half goat. And that means that whoever is Capricorn energy can adapt to the land or the water. And I love that because who are you guys? You are go-getters. You can adapt in the land or the water. And you're going to adapt to facing this situation. There's a big problem you have to face. For a lot of you, my intuition tells me you've been avoiding a conversation or a conflict or a coming out of the truth with a karmic person. So a lot of me inside is saying that you have been avoiding that, or it hasn't happened in maybe 2 years or more. You've been kind of, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Now is where the truth is going to come out. Now is where you are going to have to face that. And you are going to have that conversation with a karmic, whoever that is in your life. If that's you married to a karmic, you're probably going to have to face them and say you want a divorce. If that's a karmic that's with someone you love that has no clue about your secret relationship, that's you coming out and giving that message to the karmic. Or that karmic coming out having a message with you. Okay. If this is your mom or dad controlling you, manipulating you, orchestrating your life, this is you standing up to them and saying no more. If this is dealing with an abuse situation with a lover or someone who's in some way, shape, or form abusing you, this is you standing up to that abuser and saying no more. If this is a past, that means your outcome is facing your past. If that means having regressive therapy and remembering a traumatic childhood, so be it. If that is remembering the loss of someone that you've never been able to fully grieve or mourn, then so be it. Whatever your vice is, you're going to have to face it. And that is the truth about your outcome here for 2020. And that's going to be tough pills to swallow.
Mommy,
What?
I want to help to pick up the corn balls.
Okay, well, I'm not going to help you right now.
I'll pick up the corn balls.
No, you can just play with them and make a little igloo. That would be fun. Make a little snow. Okay. You just want me. That's all. Don't give me your little excuses that you want help to pick things up. You just want me. That's what it is. And I'm trying to work here.
But Mom, I really need your help.
Well, what about everybody here waiting for me to pull the cards?
Well, I need your help.
Hang on, guys. One more time, hopefully. Uno momento. Watch out. All right.
Coming.
All right. Here, you play with Wally and Eva in there too. They like to come out and say Wally. Okay. So now that we've discussed the hard part of this reading for 2020, you're like, geez, this is going to be hard. Yeah, it is. Now the easy part is, well, maybe not the easy, but the easier part is that Saturn is happy there in Capricorn. So Saturn gets to do what Saturn wants without a restriction on his purpose, his energy, and his drive. You have to ask yourself, where is your Capricorn? I just can't breathe here. Where is your Capricorn in your chart? Is it first house, third house, second house, seventh house, 10th house? Where is your Capricorn? Because that is the house that's going to be affected. And if I want to get really detailed here with what your karma is going to be and what this devil outcome kind of really looks like for you, please go online right now or check your chart if you have it and see where it's at. Okay? If Saturn is going to be in your first house in Capricorn, that means you're a Capricorn rising. Ascendant, for those of you that aren't sure what rising is. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, you guys, I think I already saw that. Thank you. Anyways, if it's in your first house, it means that it's going to be something personal to you, something physical with you. Wow, that's me. In tropical, I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. I'm a Saggy rising in Vedic. I'm a Capricorn rising in tropical. All right, so this is something personal for me. This is a transformation for me. This is something physical. For me, it will be physical. It will be a body transformation for me. I'm getting older. I'm trying to make my body keep up for the next 50 years, hopefully. You know, and I have to work out more. I have to eat better. I have to sleep better. I have to take care of myself in a way that maybe I haven't because I've been raising kids since my 20s and I've just been, you know, living my life and putting me last a lot, which is my Ketu, which is in my first house as well, which is self-neglect most of the time, not caring about yourself, always caring about other people because Rahu's where? In the 7th house. For someone that has a Ketu, Rahu 1-7 access from the first house and the 7th house, you know, you relate. So that's something that karmically, probably my cycle and anyone else that has a Capricorn rising, you're going to have to deal with that. And that is taking care of yourself. And that's really hard for you because you haven't. And you may have to overcome a sickness, an illness, a weight gain or the need to gain weight, bad eating habits and changing that. It may also include the way that you think, because the first house is your mind, your brain. And so when you get Saturn there, it's about the things you tell yourself, the things that you think that could be terrible. Maybe you have the worst self-talk. Maybe you have nightmares. Maybe you have fears. Maybe you tell yourself things subconsciously, not even consciously, just subconsciously, that make you to continue to have these cycles. So this karma is going to affect you very heavily if Capricorn is in your first house. This is for your ascendant, your rising, not your sun. You can also do a moon chart. Moon is fine. So if your moon sign is Capricorn also, this is going to affect you a lot in the same way. But it's really going to affect your mental status even more. It's going to overtake your mind and how you do self-talk and what you think and what you believe. This is also going to tackle your religious beliefs. So, anyways, Capricorn rising people, you're going to be questioning a lot of your spiritual beliefs. And you know, what happens when you question, just like I did today? You question religious and spiritual beliefs. You want validity. You want facts. Show me the money, right? Not literally show me the money, but show me the actual proof, man. I don't want to hear your chit chat. I want to see physical proof that what you're saying holds water, that I can believe in something that is proven. And so you might be battling that with this Capricorn rising or moon. It's this, I want facts. You want actual proof that whatever your life is going through is going to physically change, and you actually have a plan and you have a goal and it makes sense. And so you're going to be probably very realistic. You're going to be like me, just truth bombing people, truth bombing yourself. You're going to be really into the truth and what's reality. And you're going to be taking a cold, hard look at realistic things. You're not going to bullshit and fantasize anymore. It's going to be cold, hard truth, cold, hard reality. And that's going to be what's going on if Capricorn is in your first house. Okay? If Capricorn is in your second house, this is going to affect your early childhood. That means growing up. Maybe you grew up in poverty. Okay, if Capricorn's there in your second house, you grew up having a very hard time financially. Your mom or dad was poor. Maybe you lived on food stamps. Maybe you struggled. Maybe there wasn't enough food on the table. There wasn't enough food in the pantry. Your parents had a hard time paying the bills. You were always moving around. Your family life was a little bit unstable. You had some struggles there. Your dad and mom were always penny pinching and never wasting money. They were very frugal and had money on a budget at the very least. It could also be that you grew up very wealthy, but you never were allowed to have money. Like, they made you work hard. They never let you enjoy money like the way they had it. They wanted you to go out and work hard for it. So they kind of dangled money in your face, but you never really got to have it. So your parents were well off, but they made you work hard from the ground up, and everything you have is yours. You earned it. And so that might be some of the karma that you're going to be dealing with if Capricorn's there in the second house with these planetary transits, because remember, what is going to be in Capricorn is Saturn, and that's karma, and that's also pay. It's payback, like it's payment. It delivers karma, but it also delivers a gift from the karma you've went through. So if that's the case, I see that in 2020 you're going to be experiencing wealth. Your career is going to skyrocket. You're going to have a lot of money to support you. You're going to be earning a lot of money. You're going to be making more money. You're going to be lucrative. You're going to have more value for money, and abundance is going to be great for you. And so you're going to be really focused on sustaining money for your children and for their future. So you might be taking care of children. You may also be adopting foster kids or taking on responsibilities of other people's kids if Capricorn's in the second house. Yeah, that's nice. Ta-da! And so you might be helping those in need.
That didn't help only
Uh-huh. With your financial surplus.
and then
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
with seeing Godzilla.
All right. You might also be helping elderly people, maybe delivering food for them. You may be giving elderly people pies or little gifts or little presents, because Saturn represents the elderly. Thank you, you're so cute too. Saturn represents your grandparents and older people. So you could be feeding the elderly or feeding the homeless or feeding those in need or donating to children in need and things of that nature. And you may be considering that. And also, your speech might improve or get worse depending on how your score is in your chart there with Saturn. But your speech will probably change if it's in the second house. You might learn a second language, maybe a third or fourth language. You might become bilingual. You might have gotten back in touch with your childhood and your roots and relearn some kind of family language that you've had for generations that you didn't really use. You're gonna take that on for 2020. Anyways, I do see that. And I also see something going on with food there because the second house represents the mouth.
Mom,
What?
you never seen this on me with seeing Godzilla.
No, I didn't. That's great, honey. And so it's about what you eat. And you're going to be restricting what you eat. So a lot of dieting people are going to be happening with Saturn in the second house. So you're going to start fasting. You're going to start restricting food from your diet. There will be obstacles with that. And so that's going to be a big part of what's going to be happening with you, second house Capricorn energies there. Okay. So dieting, restriction, helping others in need, financially supporting the elderly, financially supporting children and other people's children or just children in general. Supporting your family, creating a home, creating a financial security blanket for your family, which is wise investments. You're going to want to be leaving an inheritance to your family, so you're going to be very focused. A lot of people might be getting into a life insurance or a pension or a 401k or something like that. You will be investing into something like that, maybe even stocks and bonds. Business will really interest you for the purpose of family support. And so you're going to be maybe cutting back financially on expenditures that are normally fun or free for alls, and you're going to start restricting and putting back so you can support better. And so that might be something you're going to be experiencing. Going Capricorn into the third house, so this is your outcomes. For everyone that's jumping in, I'm talking about your outcome of what's going to be happening and what you're going to be facing. So I'm just putting this Capricorn sign in every house so you guys can relate and see what this means for you, for your 2020 outcome here. So going for Capricorn in the third house, this is going to be, you're going to have some karma with your younger siblings, friends even. This is going to be facing siblings or friends that are toxic and karmic and putting them in their spot. You're going to be communicating more with your younger siblings. Maybe you're going to be texting more, seeing them more on social media more. Maybe they need you, they depend on you financially, and they're going to need your assistance in this life. Maybe they need your assistance with schooling. I see you just relating to them better on a more deeper, more responsible level, as in you will be fulfilling your elder sibling role. You're going to be stepping up as the mature one, giving them guidance, showing them how to adjust in their new environments, be it school, be it a new marriage, be it children. You're just going to be kind of showing them the ropes because you've already been there, done that. If you don't have any younger siblings, but you have Capricorn in your third house, it means that you're going to stop seeing your friends as much. You're going to have some restrictions. You're going to have some obstacles. Maybe you're going to go away to school and you're not going to see your friends very much. Maybe your friends are going to do that and you're not going to see them very much. Maybe you're just going to cut back on being out with friends for a while. Friendships are going to be strained, relationships with coworkers are going to be strained. You're not going to want to be spending a lot of free time with them. Your time is precious and you're not going to waste it on frivolous things. You're going to be really into research. You're going to be really into the communications field. You might step it up a notch if you're in sales. You might step it up a notch if you're in communications as far as computers and customer service and public relations, PR energy. You could manage people. You could definitely step into management positions at your career and your job. All of your little desires for maybe writing a book, creating a tarot deck, or teaching a class, you're going to really apply yourself and do the steps needed to achieve success in that area. And so that's really going to be prominent for you guys in the third house. Okay. And then going for Capricorn in the fourth house now. So if Capricorn's in your fourth house, it really means that you're going to get strict with your house as far as who lives in it. You might be kicking people out or letting people in. You're going to be setting rules and regulations. You're going to have a list on the fridge of things you have to get and keep in the fridge all the time. You might have a picture and a reminder not to eat so much or to eat healthier. You might have some new rules posted in the house for the kids if you have young kids in the house. It's going to be like no hitting, no yelling, no running. Clean up after yourself. You might have a chore chart for children. And so that's going to be really big for you in 2020. And you're going to be like, look, this is what you have to focus on. If you don't have children, it's for yourself. You might have a schedule on the fridge or on the wall for you, something you want to stick to, a vision board. You might have some dreams about moving and saving up so you can establish a residence elsewhere, a bigger residence, or a more financially freeing residence. But you're going to be taking some kind of restriction out so that way you can manifest your dream for a home life in a reality. And you really are going to start taking responsibility for your own actions. Your house is probably going to be much more clean, much more organized, because Saturn does rule Aquarius and Libra, two signs that are very clean, very organized, very ritualistic even. They like the same schedule all the time. Please don't mess with my schedule. So your house is going to be very regimented. You're going to have a rigorous schedule. You're going to want to put your clock on an east wall so you're never late. You might get into feng shui, some kind of very high form of organization. You might be watching the Marie Kondo Tidy Up show and thinking you want to do that to your house. I think you're also going to work from home. So a lot of you may be thinking of a home business and you really want to be at home and earn some kind of an income at home. Even if it's an extra income, you want to do that from home. You're going to be investing in your home and investing in your family. You could also be investing in children if you want to send them to a college. You may be thinking about college and investing in that for them. You could be investing in like retirement home care for yourself, or again, looking into some kind of 401k or some kind of retirement plan for your own self for when you get older. You will be thinking of the future. Saturn's always thinking in the future about the elderly, about you becoming old. With Capricorn in the fourth house, I also feel that you could be moving in an elder into your home, or you could be moving into an elder's home. Heck, that can happen. You might want to leave your house and save money for your own in the future, and you're moving back home with mom and dad. And so you might move back home with an elder, but an elder will be involved in the home for sure. And they will definitely be maybe even assisting you and giving you advice. The best way to appease Saturn is to get along with your elders. Saturn honors people that are good with the elderly. Saturn honors people that know how to communicate with the elderly and give them time. Saturn honors people that stop and smell the roses. Saturn honors people that work hard and diligent and work hard for what they have. Saturn will give you good results if you understand what Saturn wants from you and you honor it and you don't fight it. Example, when people make their elderly live in a home and they don't visit them and they don't care and they just brush them off, Saturn's going to kick their ass. If they think they're just going to live a free life and leave their parents somewhere and go travel the world, they might die in a plane crash, or I hate to say it, but some kind of a tragic way. Saturn does represent death, the ending of life. So if Saturn is pissed off or displeased in any way, I think karma comes back in a very deep way. Someone could get diagnosed with a cancer, or someone could lose a child. Someone, Saturn doesn't play. He's very vicious. He can be. And you have to understand what Saturn loves, and Saturn loves elderly old people, and Saturn loves respect and tradition, and Saturn loves order, and Saturn loves hard work. You ever hear those stories where your grandpas and grandmas said, I walked to school in the snow 2 miles and came back? That's Saturn. And Saturn tells all the other planets, do you know what I did? I did this and this for 10 years before I got this reward. So Saturn's like, God, Rahu and Jupiter, you act like it's so easy. Like rewards just come to you like it's so easy. You have to earn it. And so Saturn, respects people that work hard, or at least expects people that have a drive and have a good heart and have good intentions. And Saturn is like the Grim Reaper. He can see straight through your heart. He knows what your intentions are. And the 4th house represents your heart, where your love is. Okay? Where is your heart at? And so if Capricorn's in the 4th house, he's going to be looking at your wish fulfillment, your desires, where your heart's at. Where's your intentions? Are your intentions pure of heart, or are they selfish? Your intentions will be rewarded with some level of karma with Capricorn in the 4th house. And whether you receive a good one or a bad one is based on your heart and what you've earned, what you've worked hard for, and what you're willing to work hard for. Some people don't want to work hard. And, I'm not saying they're going to have a bad life. I'm saying it depends on their other planetary supports, because Saturn can be afflicted when, Jupiter steps up and speaks up for someone, or Venus and Jupiter and Moon and the Sun stick up for someone. Maybe they'll get a blessed life with an easy life and easy money, and Saturn can't do much. Maybe Saturn's low on the scale there as far as importance in that person's chart. And then you just see people that have it so easy. Well, you look at their chart and they have it that easy. But then you get people that Saturn is the most important planet in their chart. You got a popsicle? Good boy. And usually you can tell.
I got it by myself.
Oh, good. I think they call it a karmakaka, whatever. I can't say it. I'm not even going to try, because Mercury's seriously spanking me and embarrassing me every day lately. But it's the lowest degree planet in your birth chart. So say you have a planet that's 0.5 degrees or 1.5 degrees. You know what I mean? Or 2.5 degrees, and all the other planets are really high degrees. The lowest degree placed planet will be the most influential planet for your life. And I understand Saturn very well, because Saturn is my karma. He's the most important planet in my life. He's a very big part of my karma. So I understand Saturn a lot. Saturn is in good dignity, though. In my chart, Saturn is in the sign of Libra in the 11th house, where he already rules the house, and now he's in the house he rules, and he's in a sign that is very favorable for him, which is Libra, which he used to rule Libra thousands of years ago. Saturn is the original leader and ruler for Libra, so he's very happy with that. And so I'm blessed. I'm blessed with this channel. I'm blessed with a lot of different things. I'm very fortunate, and Saturn gives me good reward, but it took a very long time before I ever started getting any reward. I took a lot of suffering and obstacles, and he's still smacking me around and teaching me how to apply myself in a more organized manner. And it's hard, and it's something that I'm learning. But anyways, let's move on. So that's Saturn in the 4th house. It's really going to be striking you where your heart is and making you work really hard for what you desire. He also wants to give you a reward. So if he's in good dignity in the 4th house, then that means that you're going to get some good rewards there. Okay. Okay. And actually, I was just thinking, Saturn, if it's in Capricorn, because Saturn is in Capricorn right now. So if Capricorn's in your 4th house, it really does mean that you will be starting a home business, now that I think of it, because looking across it in your 10th house, which is your midhaven, which is your life purpose and your career, is the sign of Cancer. And that means it's the home. And so, yeah, you're really looking at business and home business and spending money in the home at this time. It's also getting rewards. So you might be inheriting a house or buying a house during this transit. Especially if you're in a Saturn dasha, you may be getting a home. I also see a lot of adoption for people in the 4th house, or the birth of children. I could also, unfortunately, in a lower degree of Saturn, where it's in bad dignity, there may even be a loss of home, or a loss of children, or a loss of an elderly one that dies at home, if Capricorn's there in the 4th house. Okay, now let's just move off of the damper there. Let's go to Capricorn in the 5th house. So this is your outcome. Again, just what I'm reading, guys, your outcomes. And so if Capricorn's in the 5th house, the house of children, the house of romance, the house of early education, the house of your creativity and your passion. So it's about working very hard and diligently at what you want now. And so this is going to be giving you some obstacles towards having children. It could make it difficult to have children at this time. For someone with Capricorn in the 5th house, you might have to wait 30 years, 40 years before you have your first child. You might find out you can't have children. I love you too. Okay. There may be some kind of just a hardship in the house for your child's education. If you have children that are in school and you have Capricorn in the 5th house, you may start to see that their education either gets really, really well, like they're doing really, really well at school, if you have a high scoring Saturn. And but you could also see for some people, if it's afflicted or in fact dignity there, that if there's an afflicting planet in there especially, you might be experiencing that your children are going to be having a very hard time at school. They might start failing. They might start skipping class. They might start doing some bad things at school, some drugs maybe, some drinking, some sexual activity. So you might be experiencing that with teens especially, or college students, if you have those kids in school at the time.
Mama.
What?
What's going on that phone?
Okay. Well, that's not the one. I love you. Can you get down there, please, and go on the couch, though, with it?
No.
Please?
No.
I'm trying to finish, you know. Here, go down there with it. Please. So, anyways, it is the 5th house of change. Your intimate area of life, your sexual area of life can become restricted. This could be the sign of somebody becoming celibate during this transition. Somebody might want to enter the priesthood or be a nun or go after a spiritual ashram somewhere and experience some level of sexual restriction to where they don't want to have sex anymore. They want to just dive into a spiritual place. And that could really happen for some people with Saturn in the 5th house. And so you're going to be experiencing this lack of desire. And you might experience that you have to go to school for a long time. You're going to be really pushing yourself through school, and it might feel like it's taking too long. You could experience dropping out of school if you are in school and going after a different degree. Maybe you've changed your mind suddenly. It could also be like a desire that you want. Maybe you were trying to be an actor, an aspiring singer, and now with all these planetary transitions right in your 4th house and then going into your 5th house, you're going to be experiencing a loss of that mission, a loss of that desire, where maybe you realized you got too old and you're going to quit going after your football career, or you're too old now and you're going to quit going after a singing or acting career. And so there might be some bad news there for you in the 5th house. Kind of disappointing, this restriction that you can't do all you wanted to do. So there could be some sadness related there. But there could also be some reward if you have a high placing Saturn in the 5th house, I think that you're going to be finding that you get to finally get to adopt that child you've been waiting so long for, or you finally get accepted in a school you've been waiting so long for, or your kid finally is doing good in school after 10 years of failing, you know, and so you're like, so you could get a really good reward also with Saturn going into Capricorn. That could be very successful for your children and for you as far as getting a child or making a child. And intimately, if you have a high scoring Saturn, you might experience a very, very opposite of celibacy, a very, very sexual energy. You might be experiencing an over-sexualized experience to where you're more into that more than you ever have been in your whole life. And you're getting into sexier clothes and you're trying to do sexier things and you're trying new things. And so you're applying yourself in a sexual field. Some people might actually be thinking about doing video work at that time, also being on camera and dealing with sexual videos, whatever that would be for you. I'm not going to name them on here, but yeah, you could be into the entertainment market at this time. And if you're not going to be on camera in the entertainment market, you could be behind the entertainment market, but you might be getting involved in that, investing in that also, trying to make money off of some sexual endeavor. Where it involves looks, something of that nature, some kind of sexual. Maybe it's just lingerie. Maybe you're creating a store line that has, erotic things and items for sale. That could also be what it is. But I definitely see a big part of that for someone that has Capricorn in the 5th house. And so you might be getting into that, or at least watching it a lot. There could be an overstimulation to that network. Okay, I don't have to say much more. So someone could be very stimulated at this time in that area, in that arena. So anyways, I also see that in a love life, you could be establishing a new romance, especially if you have been waiting for 35 years. Maybe you're just 35 years of age, but 35 years or more, or just a long, long period of waiting for real romance, I think it's finally going to come in. Quiet. If you have Capricorn in the 5th house. So I see romance budding and blooming and sparking, especially for those of you that have been married for a long time. And maybe there hasn't been an interest in that area. And now Saturn's coming in there. It's like if you've been hoping and praying and working on yourself and really wanting that, I can see that coming in for sure. A reward, because Saturn does like to deliver rewards. Okay, well, that's all I can think of right now. So we'll go into Virgo. And this is where it gets a little sticky because Saturn does kind of well in Virgo. It's good for defeating enemies. It's good for living a long life. With Saturn in your 6th house, you know you're going to live a very long life. With Saturn in your 6th house, you know you can defeat enemies. But it can also represent an unknown illness, like a chronic illness that could pop up. Maybe it's not terminal, but it's something you have to live with. And it could be unforeseen, hidden. And then it now comes to the surface. And you're like, God, I didn't even know I had this going on in me for all these years. And so you're going to have to deal with that. That could be a shocker for some people, some kind of an illness that pops up that you can live a long time, but it surprises you and you're shocked about it. It could also happen to someone that you love or an enemy even. You might find that your enemies are dropping like flies, and Saturn is fighting for you. And so you will overcome a legal battle. If Capricorn's in your 6th house, you will win. You will overcome your enemies. You will overcome a legal hardship or difficult period of time. And I also think that a lot like the Taurus house with it there, you're going to be restricting food. You're going to be restricting a lot of different things. You're going to want to eat healthier. I see people eating a lot of soup, a lot of juicing. So people are just going to go very organic, and their appetite is going to change during 2020 and your taste buds, and you're not going to be spending so much on food. You're not going to be spending so much on meats or anything like that. I see you just really cutting back.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, honey. I see some people losing a lot of weight with Capricorn in the 6th house, because the 6th house is the house of the Virgin. Thank you. Which is a very Venusian looking woman.
You get ice cream.
Oh, thank you. And so it doesn't have to be a woman, but it just represents a very thin.
Mom,
Yes.
Melissa gave me 2 ice creams, one for you and one for me.
Okay.
And also, I also want one for my Danny Raya.
Okay.
And that's going to be great.
Yes, it is. So anyways, Virgo, you're going to be restricting your intake with food. You're going to be drinking more water. I think a lot of people in the 6th house are going to be wearing more black. I don't know why, but that's just coming up. Black or red. And I think you're just going to be a little bit more plain Jane. I don't think you're going to be into the glitz and glamour of life. I think that you're going to have some... No, hang on, guys. I have someone at my door. Hang on, Matt. Don't answer the door. You don't answer the door. I'm working. You don't just go answer the door. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My neighbors were knocking and said that there was a package up there that came to my door and asked if I had seen it, which I hadn't. So anyways, let's get back to the reading here. So with Saturn in the 6th house, you're going to have some karmic arguments for sure. There is going to be an enemy you're probably going to have to face. Whether that's someone legally or someone at work. Maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your best friend's lover, maybe it's your ex-best friend, whoever it is, guys. All I'm going to say is there will be an enemy, or maybe more than one enemy to face with Capricorn in the 6th house. You might get into some physical fights, some physical arguments. I think you're going to win and overcome them, but this is something that's been going on for a long time. And I do feel that you may have to go to call the police or get some kind of government involved because of this affecting your house. And so calling 911 or calling the police or a detective or getting a restraining order or getting a lawyer or something of that nature is probably going to happen in 2020 if Capricorn is in your 6th house. If that doesn't happen, thank God, then it's not part of your karma. But you will be facing, like I said, some kind of a health scare or a health issue that I think you will overcome. And if that's not going to happen, like I said, you're just going to be really focusing on your health, your diet, your sustainable body, and how you take care of that. You might even get into herbs and Some people may be getting into, what is that, the CBD oil, and you know, marijuanas and things of that nature. You might be getting into some of that, maybe growing that, maybe using it, something like that where it's controversial. So you might be getting into that. I do see a lot of people that have been struggling with maybe a drug addiction. If Capricorn is in your 6th house, you're going to finally overcome that addiction, and you can kick it, and you can go to a rehab center during this time and get cured for life, and you can overcome your battle. And so some people may be overcoming a battle with cancer, overcoming a battle with some kind of a sickness, and you finally are going to win your battle from that very difficult time period. So anyways, that's Capricorn in the 6th house. Then you might even lose them though. I just want to be honest. Some people may pass, because that can happen with Saturn, from an illness. You might lose someone, or you might be faced with a terminal disease that may pop up, and that could happen. So just be prepared. So it's good to take care of yourself and look into that. Okay, so then Saturn going into the 7th house. This is great. This is good dignity. Saturn loves the 7th house of merchants, of work, of relationships with other people, of getting along with a lot of different people. Saturn enjoys that a lot. And so here you're going to be networking with a lot of elderly people. You might get into like an insurance business where you're going to start working with people that are a lot older than you, or, you know, in their, 40s and above. And so you're going to be talking with people that have money. You're going to be talking with people about life insurance. You could be dating someone way older than you. Gosh, with Capricorn in the 7th house, yes, there's a very big age gap. You will be talking to someone that is a great deal older than you, or you're a great deal less older than them, or one or the other. Okay, I do see your relationship ending. So if you've been in a relationship for a long period of time and it's been very karmic, it's not going well, this will be the year that you're calling it quits. You're done with that relationship. You're going to face that demon, you're going to face that hurdle, and you're going to cut it off. This will be the year that you're going to start fresh with that. This could also be the year on the flip side where you've been struggling in relationships all your life, and now after maybe 35 years of age, or 44, 45 years of age or plus, you're going to experience the love of your life. And now you finally get to experience the relationship and the marriage and the commitment that you've been looking for. So this could really come in with Saturn in the 7th house, with Capricorn is what I mean, in the 7th house. And you're finally going to get your due. You're going to get your rewards. You're going to get that marriage. A lot of you are like, damn, Steph, I've been waiting for marriage, or the right marriage, one or the other. And here it is. It's here. It's a blessing. It's joyful. It's thank God. And you finally have that. For some people, it could be, depending on your age, because age does matter, because Saturn really helps you and starts to stop being so difficult after the age of 35. So if you are younger in that, and Saturn is in Capricorn in the 7th house, you'll start to receive a restriction on relationships. Yep, that means you're probably not going to have a stable, long-lasting relationship at this time. If Capricorn is in your 7th house and now Saturn is inside that house, I see that you're running a period of time with this transit where there's going to be obstacles and restrictions towards a relationship. So for some of you, that's going to be pretty harsh, pretty intense. And Saturn ain't going to play. He's going to want you to, A, improve yourself for a relationship, or B, improve your partner for a better relationship, or C, make you work harder so you can establish a healthy relationship without being codependent. So Saturn's really going to be afflicting people in that energy. If you are over a certain age gap, Saturn will start to shift. It kind of goes to your Navamsha charts a little bit different. And you'll want to see where Saturn is in your Navamsha chart, which is your D9 chart in your Vedic astrological report. So you're going to want to see where Saturn is in your D9 to see how it really affects your 7th house. That's the house of marriage. And you're going to want to see, is it in good dignity, bad dignity? Is it going to affect you in a good way or a bad way? You're going to want to see how it affects you. Like I said, if it's in good dignity and you've been waiting a long time, you're going to get that relationship you want finally. And if not, there's going to be some struggles. It just is what it is. Yes, it can mean divorce or marriage. You have to put it on one foot or the other, but relationships will be a forefront for people with Capricorn in the 7th house. So you're going to be faced with a very, very important relationship for your life. It's going to be meaningful. It's going to have purpose. And I also feel that you might have some karma with other people. These are going to be people that try to control your relationship. Mom, dad, siblings, coworkers, other people. They're going to want to control it. And maybe they've been trying to control it. This is going to be, are you going to face that? Are you going to tell them, nope, this is my life, my relationship. You can't tell me what to do. And so there's going to be some people that have to stand up to those people and speak out for their relationships. If you're especially dating a Libra, because this is right here in the 7th house, you might have some kind of a justice come through if there's been an injustice. If you've done an injustice, expect to have to pay for the price. If you've been secretly cheating, secretly having an affair, secretly doing some kind of addictive behavior behind your partner's back, this is a time to pay up the karma. If someone's been doing dirty double dealings in their job, in their career, if they've been stealing money, if they've been sneaking around doing illegal acts, illegal things for money, this could be a time where they will go to jail, or they're going to have to go to court and face a public hearing and face an embarrassment of their secrets coming out and face some kind of responsibility for the illegal behavior they performed in. And so that could really happen there with Saturn in the 7th house. Really, it's just going to be affecting your relationships with other people. You're going to have to stand up for yourself. There is going to be some karma where if everyone's trying to tell you what to do, that's part of your karma and you have to stand up. Either way, all of this outcome is about facing the devil, facing the demon. So I'm going to quit right there, and I'm going to continue with Scorpio through Pisces at the end of the reading, but I don't want to keep going on and on about that. So let's continue some of this reading. Take a break of that. Spirit, can you please clarify this Two of Pentacles, how people see themselves coming in? What is this that you're juggling? What is this that is the big elephant in the room? What's going on with this Two of Pentacles? So we have Three of Wands, materialism, expectation, manifestation, waiting for your ships to come in, expecting something to come in. You've been keeping your head above water because you're expecting what? Oh, this King of Cups relationship, the love of your life, Scorpio energy, the transformation of your love life, the transformation of the passions that you have for a masculine energy. So you've been expecting this King of Cups to come into your life. You've been waiting. You've been kind of biding your time, hoping that this is going to come in, right? This is how you see yourself coming in. And we also have the Queen of Wands, Leo energy. Is it possible you have some kind of a challenge with a Leo? If you are a Leo, if there's a karmic Leo, but there's some kind of a challenge here. And so this is about competition. It's about desire. It's about speaking up, honoring yourself. And so you've been kind of on the fence about really speaking up for yourself. You've been hoping that they're going to speak up for you, that this person's going to come in and take care of something for you so you don't have to. So really how you see yourself coming in is being aggressive towards your manifestation, but not aggressive when it comes to the actions that need to be done to get what you want. It's like you'll do candle rituals, you'll speak to the universe, you'll tell the world what you want, but when it comes to actually facing that devil, actually having the strength to come out and talk about what needs to be talked about, this is when you expect your partner to do it. Okay, you expect your partner to stand up for you. You expect your partner to speak out. You expect the truth to come out from your partner. Why should you have to say it? Why should you have to do it? Yeah, you're just expecting them to do it. And meanwhile, you're just going to bide your time. And that's what you know. That's how you know you're coming into this reading. Let's see. There. Okay. Tell me about this. How does your person feel about you with this Five of Wands? This back and forth, discord, uncomfortable energy. Tell me more about how this person feels. Tell me more about this Five of Wands, the way your person feels. Okay. Quite a few cards. I have the Ace of Pentacles. So they feel like they want a new opportunity with you. They want a new beginning, a physical chance. They kind of see it happening. Your person's like, yeah, I see this happening. I can see a second chance with you. I would like a new beginning. Your person does feel that there's a chance, okay? This person does want, he's thinking very much about the Six of Cups, the past, that there's a lot happened in the past and they just want a reconciliation. They want a reunion. They miss you. They're longing for you. They miss the good times. They miss the times you guys weren't fighting. They miss the times that you guys were getting along. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles. So they feel like you're stable, grounded, beautiful, helpful, nurturing, efficient. And they see you as a very patient person, very beautiful person, super understanding, and a good counselor. And they even view you like their mother in some ways. Or they view oh my God. They view you like a mother energy that can guide them and bring them to a happier place. Someone that can establish a foundation. They see you and feel you as very well off. I mean, I don't know who you are watching my channel, but hey, they see you as someone that's financially stable, that you're grounded, that you're in touch with nature, and you're a good advice. You're a good counsel. Okay. And so we have two knights, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, very contradictive of rushing in and slowing down. So they feel like they want to rush into you, but then they also feel like they want to slow it down. So they feel like this back and forth energy with you. They also feel like they want to come in and communicate, actually. The Knight of Swords is taking action to deliver a message themselves. So this person wants to speak to you directly, physically. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I think they have very good intentions. And even with the Ace of Pentacles, I can say that commitment is in the air. And so this person wants to stop the back and forth and actually have a level of commitment with the Ace of Pentacles, like a ring, like an actual ring. Where they want to give you a promise ring or an engagement ring, or just some level of commitment is what it could symbolize. And that's what they feel about you, is we're always back and forth, hot and cold, slow and fast, but we have something solid here. We have something that can grow. We have a history. And so your person also feels like you guys have a very solid history and you have something good to grow on. So they're waiting to make that decision, you know? And that is very Taurus energy. It's very Venusian. It's about relationship. It's about establishing this commitment. Okay. Let's see what happens here with this ticking time bomb, which is how you feel. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about how the viewer feels with this ticking time bomb. Tell me about the viewer. You get one card. Very impatient. You're just like, I'm done. I am so done stuff. I'm going to blow up. Patience is killing me. And so this card literally says patience, okay? And it's the Seven of Pentacles. And this represents the hourglass, investment. A long investment takes time. A big reward takes time. A big harvest takes time. It's coming through. It's coming slowly but surely. This is like getting a payment in monthly payments, right? Say $250 a month. Instead of a lump sum of, say, $26,000. It's like it's trickling. It's just trickling down. You wish you could just have a windfall and get your reward now, but slowly it's coming towards you and it's kind of driving you insane. You wish this would be over. You wish that this would just quit. So we have the King of Swords coming into also how you feel. And this is, again, wanting to be quick. And the King of Swords is a strategist. He's intuitive. He's hurt. He's been hurt many times. He's a little cold, but he's calculated. Aquarius energy, looking towards the future. You have your eyes set on the future and you're waiting for it to happen. You feel like it's never going to happen. So you're ready to just explode because you're like, you're very resistant. Seven of Wands. You're like, how long do I have to wait for this to actually manifest in my life? So there is this level of impatience, but something is growing. Tell me one more card here about the way the client feels. We have third party. And clearly there's somebody else involved and you're tired of dealing with them. You're tired of the situation. It's wearing you thin, wearing you down. Who is this, Hans? Who is this third party energy driving you bananas? Driving you insane. The heartache, the pain. You're just trying to move forward. And the way you feel is, Steph, I'm gonna lose it. I have been waiting. I've been patient. I've been strategizing. I've had my money on my mind, and my mind on my money. You know, I'm waiting for this reward and I know it's gonna turn around, but hot damn, this other entity, this other third party, this person, this karmic energy, whoever it be, whatever it be, is an obstacle. It's been an obstacle since the past. With the Three of Swords, you've been heartbroken over it before. Okay? And you're still heartbroken over it. It's not over. Why do you think you're dealing with karma right now? You're dealing with karma. You're dealing with truth. You're dealing with living your truth, speaking your truth. You have to go out and be level-headed. You have to be fair. You have to see things in a very level-headed way. And the challenge is the strength to endure this, to overcome this pain, to overcome this person. And in the outcome, you absolutely have to deal with this person. And I think this karmic, this third party, is someone you've avoided. Or maybe they've avoided you, or you've just avoided the energy of the truth about it. Maybe you've never faced this demon, this devil, this karmic, this elephant in the room. The outcome is, you know, you're going to have to. But the way you feel about it is tired of having to deal with it. You are ready to explode. So tell me about this strength and you overcoming this strength. Tell me about this. The Hierophant in reverse. This is overcoming a situation that you've put a lot of faith into. You believed with all your heart, mind, body, soul. You have to face this now. You have to trust. But you're having a very hard time to do so. This is like, I can't trust. How am I supposed to overcome this? I've lost my faith. What do you mean you want me to have the Strength card? What do you mean you want me to endure this and have some kind of like loss of commitment, that I have to let go of something? That's really, really hard. And I'm not so sure I want to do that. This is about religion and a teacher and a community. So it's strange that a religious structure is falling apart. Your faith is falling apart. Your tradition is just crushed. This material manifestation of something has some kind of rebellious energy. This is the physical form of the High Priestess. She's the mental spiritual. This is the physical form of the High Priestess. The High Priest is the Hierophant. This card represents a belief system. The dogma of it all. So really what I see is you're tired. you're going to let go of a belief system, whatever that is, guys. You tell me what belief system you're going to let go of. But you are absolutely done. No more belief system. And you're going to have some overcoming. You're going to have to let go of something that you once believed in very firmly. Maybe you believed you would never talk to the karmic. Never. I'm never going to call them. What is that going to solve? And now you have to have the strength to let that go and actually call them and tell them what's going on. Maybe you've never had to face this addiction or somebody that has a drug addiction or something. And now you actually have to have an intervention and confront them. And so this is definitely the change of perspective. Tell me a little bit more about this. Okay. We have the Hermit. I love that. That is going within, finding the truth, seeking your own answers. Some of you guys are going to have to stop following a religion. And that's what you're going to face. The dogma. You're going to quit going to some kind of church. You're going to quit following some kind of a spiritual teacher. You're going to quit following some kind of tarot channel. You're going to quit following somebody. You're just not going to believe in them anymore. And you're going to start looking inside for your own answers. You're just going to cut off spirituality kind of as a whole and look for the truth inside yourself before you make any more judgments of any other situation you want to follow. And in regards to a marriage or relationship, some of you guys have to have the strength to let a marriage or relationship go. Some of you guys have to know that if you're dealing with a Virgo or a Leo, they're going to lose a relationship, a karmic relationship. And are you going to be able to forgive? Because they are going to end a karmic relationship. And if you're not sure of those signs, maybe someone's a Libra and they're actually a Virgo in Vedic. Or maybe someone's a Virgo in Tropical and they're actually a Leo in Vedic. So that's something else to consider or think about. But ultimately, your challenge is finding the strength within inside yourself to find the power and faith that you have inside of you to know the truth. Because your belief system is going to say otherwise. And, oh yeah, this includes a karmic. There is going to be the dissolving of a karmic marriage or a karmic relationship. And that is going to be the challenge. Maybe your person has a challenge where they have to dissolve this. But this is your reading. It is about you. But it could mean that the one you love, your lover, as she's holding on to him and he's having a hard time, you may have to support your lover who's ending a karmic relationship. You may have to hold on to your love while they're going through this ending, this belief system that's ending, this relationship that's ending, and you're going to have to support them while they're suffering and kind of having this inner reflection on that entire relationship because the masks fell off. Ultimately, your challenge here has the Fool and resolution. That's a new beginning and a forgiveness. A lot of you will be struggling with forgiveness. A lot of you are going to be having a hard time forgiving your partner for even having a karmic. A lot of you are going to have a hard time seeing your person cry over their karmic. For you to extend a hand, a helping hand for a new beginning and find resolution, which is a very painful, very, very painful new beginning. It's walking away from something that was really hard. And you're wounded. And you're going off in your little boat. You're going over these swords. The day is done. It's been a long day. It's been a long fight. It's been a very painful energy. And now you're finally going to the other side. You're finally going towards the light, but it doesn't mean you're not experiencing pain. So this is a painful resolution. And it's a painful new beginning. And really the challenge is getting through this painful new beginning. So tell me a little bit more about this Devil for the outcome. This karmic person you must face, or this karmic cycle you must face, this addiction, this codependency, this habit. The outcome is here, 8 of Swords. More difficult energy, feeling hard, feeling stuck, feeling like you really don't want to move, right? This person can get out of that cage if she wants. The door's open, but she's surrounded by swords. But there's an owl trying to fly into the windowsill and tell her, hey, you're free. But she feels so small. The world is so big around her. This is intimidation. This is feeling stuck. And the outcome is you might feel stuck. You might feel trapped. You feel a little bit left out in the cold even. Here we have the Five of Pentacles. Dark night of the soul is the outcome. This is taking a loss, but also asking for help. It could be your person that is also needing help. But there's financials coming in for you. There's been a time where you were not financially okay, but you will be now. So financially, career-wise, I see that you're going to overcome your financial hurdles, and you're going to start getting some assistance. All of your prayers are coming true as far as your finances and your career. You're going to start getting some help there. You've already been struggling. You feel trapped in a job. Your person may feel trapped in a job, trapped in a marriage, in a commitment. But with the fives bring change, and the Hierophant did come in reverse. So I really think there is an ending of some kind of commitment. And with the Devil here in the outcome, it's really dealing with someone that you love, possibly feeling stuck or in despair about the relationship, having nightmares and having struggles. Withholding how they feel from you with the Book of Secrets. Your person may not share everything with you. And so you're going to feel a little bit alienated. You're going to feel a little bit hurt that your person's not opening up about their tears and why they're having such a hard time being with you, having such a hard time in this transition. There might even be some sadness, because if you do come out and confront a karmic energy or karma in any way, shape, or form, what are you going to gain from it? What are you going to gain from confronting this devil? Because it feels like you're going to lose. It feels like you know that if you say something and you do face this devil, you're going to have some kind of a loss. You might financially have to go pay for rehab. You might not get to talk to this person for longer. You might sever your relationship. You might still be a secret. So there's a lot of these fears. Can we clarify the Book of Secrets, please? What is this going to be about, this Book of Secrets? Gosh dang. Book of Secrets is Seven of Swords. More escapism and secrets and hiding and escapism. Hiding things away. And then you have the Page of Cups. Secret love. For about 50% of you watching my channel, and I'm going to be real with you because I am always, you're not going to face the devil. Half of you are not. Half of you are going to continue to keep the secret. The challenge is for you to speak up so they can let that relationship go, so you guys can have resolution, so you can confront the karmic. But you know it's going to be terrible. So half of you are not going to do it. You're too scared. The devil intimidates you too much. And your challenge is the strength to overcome the devil, but you can't. And so the outcome is going to be you're going to continue to stay quiet. Cat's got your tongue. You're going to be left out in the cold. And you're going to keep your secret. You're going to escape. And the devil's going to win. And I don't know how long you're going to be stuck into that karmic cycle, but you're facing it. It could change next week. But as of right now, half of you are not brave enough to go ahead and do it. The other half of you, who are going to face the devil, if you haven't already, because you're dealing with karma right now, are going to experience a living hell. You're going to experience being blocked. You're going to experience being left out in the cold. You're going to experience losing money, losing sleep. You're going to experience more secrets still being kept, like the whole truth never came out, just some of it. And that's going to hurt you. You're going to experience a lot of hell. Maybe even for weeks. I see a week, but it's going to be some hell. However, somehow, some way, in the future, if you did confront that devil, you're going to receive communication again. You're going to receive an apology. You're going to receive a little happy emotional message, a little happy message, and a little reward. And this is going to be, and I don't care what they tell you, spiritually what that's going to be is healing, because you guys are now done with the bullshit and you've exposed the lies. So now you're both free. You're free from the lies. You're free from the secrets. You're not bound by the devil's chains anymore. It's out in the open. It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new beginning. But whatever they say, whether it's, I just missed you, I want to talk to you, or I'm sorry I put you through that, I'm suicidal now, or I wish that we never did that to each other, I would like us to be friends, or hey, I love you, let's spend the rest of our life together. Whatever it is, whatever message you get from this person after the truth comes out, it's a thank you. And I don't care what comes out of their words verbally, your person is going to reach out to you and going to thank you. Okay? They may not say it that way, but spiritually they're saying, I'm free. Spiritually, because of us facing this devil and this karma and getting the truth out and of taking responsibility, somehow we're both free. We're still going through it. We still have some hurdles. We still have some situations to finagle our way through to get rid of all of this drama. But the ultimate deed was done, which was getting honest and coming out with the truth. Not living a lie to yourself anymore. Not trying to avoid responsibility, but really trying to jump in and face it. And so I see a rejuvenation of your relationship. And I see a new beginning in your relationship. Okay? Bye, Corianne. And so this is a really good energy. For those of you that were not able to face the devil, you are going to get a message, and you may not like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. You're going to get a call again. They're going to say, what's up? Where are you at? Can I see you? And guess what you're going to get? Crumbs. Crumbs. You're not going to get your big offers. You're going to get the same thing you got in 2019. And you're going to get the same thing you got in 2018 and 2017 and 2016. Because if you don't speak out and find your challenge to speak out against this karmic, welcome to the club of juggling the bullshit forever. I don't know what else to say, guys. That's the truth. That's the tea. Spirit wants to tell you this one message here. Moving out, not happy in current living circumstance. If you're not happy, do what? Change. Move out, move on, change. You don't have to be in that. You can get out. There is synchronicities all around you, numbers, significant numbers, birthdays, names, all kinds of things. Spirit's with you. He may not be in your face like a physical being, but he's with you through spiritual synchronicities, saying, I'm here. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Spirit wants you to balance out your energy, balance out your life, do what you need to do to find harmony for you, and put a conclusion to 2019. Don't drag 2019 karma into 2020. Get rid of it today. Conclude it. Change, move out, end it, speak up, speak out, or move on. Either way, use the bathroom or get off the pot. And Spirit's saying quit juggling. Quit waiting for your person to make a move. You make a move or you go. You get out of this. Whew. Big message, right? Bottom of the deck again. Everyone's dealing with legal, contracts, divorce, settlements, inheritance, disputes, and reports. There's a lot of that energy going on. Life is going to be renewed. But you have to deal with the toxicity. And see the true colors, see the truth of the situation. Remember earlier in the beginning of my reading, I said the truth is hard to hear. It's reality. It's not living a fantasy. A lot of people here were living a fantasy. They were hanging on to someone they can't even contact. They can't even see. They don't even talk to you. Maybe they haven't talked to you in 2 years. Maybe they're out living their life, not giving you a second thought. And you couldn't even reach them if you wanted to. They're living in Timbuktu and you're blocked. Why are you living this fantasy? Why are you continuing to stay stuck or loyal to a situation that isn't yours? And Spirit's saying to let it go. Let it go so you can grow. And if there is a way to reach out to these people, reach out. Let them know. If you guys are in communication, speak the truth. If you already did this, like last summer or now, or whenever you did reach out, then you did it. Expect goodness. Expect goodness to come in. And guys, moderators, please don't block people's cussing comments. I don't mind if they say some cussing comments as long as they're not disrespecting me. Okay? So I cuss on my channel and it's okay for other people to cuss. So please don't hide those comments, okay? So anyways, this is going to be a new beginning for you and I don't want you to be scared. If you can't reach out to them, then don't reach out to them. You can't. If you can, then reach out to them. If you already did, let it be. Whatever it is, the saying here in this whole reading is, if the truth came out, if you face the devil, if that was your outcome, and you're experiencing some loss and some scared and some fear and some trapped energy right here, and you're feeling like maybe this Libra energy or this Capricorn energy is avoiding you, hiding from you, and this person is still stuck in their karmic energy, even though you've already confronted them, then expect a reward, expect an apology, expect communication. That's the outcome. Because ultimately, if you've done your good deed, which was get the dirt off of your chest, clean your plate, clean your calendar for a new year, clean your karma up, feel good about your life, face your reality, face the truth and speak the truth and be the truth. If that's you and you've done that to the best of your ability, then goodness is coming your way. Because the ultimate outcome was you faced your inner demon. You faced your devil. And the outcome was for the future, the Chariot, moving forward. Going forward with your life purpose in what? Victory, in confidence, in purification. Okay? Purified, renewed being. So this is what's going on for you in your life. I love it. And what is the spiritual advice for that? Creativity. Aw, and integrity. I love it. So play your own song. Isn't that so cute? So you get to dance to the beat of your own drum. You get to play your own song. You get to be creative now. Whatever life has in front of you, it's up to you. It's what you want. You're not hanging on to trash and you're not hanging on to baggage. And you're full of integrity. You did the right thing. presenting an altogether new you. I love it. And that's the integrity. You're a new you. 2020, you're not a liar. You're not a secret. You're not a deceiver. You're not something that people are ashamed of. You're not hidden. You claimed your authority. You claimed your value. You said the truth. You know your integrity and your value and what you're worth, and you're not worth secrets and bullshit. So this is you stepping up and stepping out. And even if you have to confront your parents, your coworkers, whatever this is you being you, authentic, completely happy with it. And let's get one more little oracle for you, and then I'll finish the signs. Whew. See, doesn't that just feel good, like a lifted energy? Once you've confronted your demons, you're free. You can move on, just like the Chariot. But you can't move on. You have to stay stuck if you don't. You're going to carry that karma with you this whole year and the next year and the next life. And so we had this recently the other day. Primavera, she who begins, launch, actualize, and potential. And that's your oracle for 2020. Look at these butterflies, transformation. This is like springtime. This is like a new beginning. The Empress energy, this rebirth, this a new you, this transformation. Who is this Hans in the mirror? Who is this person, right? Who is this new cat I am looking at? Who is this? Who are you, guys? You're going to shock your own selves. Let's go ahead and read it. Celebrating nature. Primavera, she who begins, celebrates the birth of all new things in nature. She welcomes the rising sun as she heralds each new day. These delicate vines echo the fine chain she wears as her crown. Rather than become a part of the vines, she moves into the next moment. Everything she honors has a fresh start. The butterflies will lay eggs for the next generation of caterpillars. And all these things in her purview launch something else. So Primavera rejoices in the potentials of this brand new beginning. This card urges you to get started. Whatever has been on your mind or in your heart, this is the moment to begin again. Commit to the journey ahead by facing the dawn. You are being called forth to set the match to the fuse. It's time to light things up and take the next bold step. Spread your wings and put a smile on your face. You will greet the next good thing coming into your life. Like Primavera, open yourself up to beginning new things. It's time to actualize your potential. What do I want to start? Am I doing everything I can to do and actualize my potential? What new beginnings are happening for me? I love it. And that is your outcome, my loves. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, there's a little bit of a damper for those people that don't have the strength to go ahead and do this. So I'm sorry, and that's not going to be a happy message for you if you've already decided in your head that you're going to keep your mouth shut and you're not going to say anything and you're just going to continue your journey the way it is and hope for the best. Then this message probably really triggered you. And I'm not trying to trigger anybody, and I'm not trying to hurt you or bother anybody. But I have to be honest, and I have to show it's in the cards. What is the best possible outcome for living a lie? And if you actually get honest with yourself, and you're into meditation and spirituality and chakras, then you can answer this for your own self within. Honestly, where's that Hermit? Honestly, tell yourself this. If the fifth chakra represents truth, it represents honesty and integrity. And if you don't act on that, how can you honestly tell yourself that your chakra is clear? You know you can't. So instead of getting triggered and mad at me for you not wanting to break this karmic cycle, for you not wanting to stop living a lie and not living your truth, then at least go inside your own self and answer yourself those very important questions. If the fifth chakra represents truth and you've decided to keep a lie, how is what I'm saying not true? Okay? So you have to, be logical about this. Look at the facts. There's no way to have a clear flowing chakra system and a cleaned out energy and a fresh new start and a new beginning with a clogged up, backed up chakra system. If you haven't dealt with these inner demons, if you haven't faced them, it's not going to flow. It's not going to click. Things aren't going to happen the way you hope. Because, you know, karma's here and justice is like, yeah, we got to face the truth, which is the 5th chakra. Be authentic. This is what you're dealing with right now. Okay? Right now, it's urging you to speak up, speak out like a Libra. Do what's just. Don't make decisions based on how you feel and how they feel. Make decisions based on what is true and honest and correct. What is just, what is righteous, what needs to be said, what needs to be done for the best and highest good of everybody involved. You know, this person doesn't make judgments on what people look like, how old they are, if there's kids involved, if there's not, if there's a marriage, if there's not, if there's family, if there's not, if there's money involved, if there's not. This person doesn't look at all those details. That's why there's a blindfold. This person looks at it as in, this is what's right. It's just. It's not going to make everyone feel comfortable. It's not going to make everyone feel cozy. It's not. Some people, they're going to be happy. Some people are going to be pissed off. But that's the hard truth. And so that's in the position of what you're dealing with today, right now. Like, what is your environment? What are you being faced with? What are you being asked of? What's lying in front of you right now? Like, what is this topic that we're dealing with? What's in your environment? It's justice. It's karma. And so that's, you know, I hope that was a good enough reading for you. I really do. And as I shuffle the new cards for your person, we'll just do a quick Celtic cross for them. Going into Scorpio, for a Scorpio rising, thinking about where your Capricorn is going to be. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I was just thinking, where did I leave off? I did do Libra. And let me see. Yeah. No. Capricorn was in the house of Libra. That's what I did. Capricorn was in the 7th house. That's where I left off. So Capricorn being in the 7th house, which is not the sign of Libra, but the house of Libra, that's where I left off, not rising. So if Capricorn is in the 8th house, that would mean that would be for like a Gemini rising person, I think. Yeah, that must be for a Gemini rising person, but it doesn't have to be. But Capricorn going in your 8th house, this is going to represent some hardships and some reality about death. You're going to be facing some morbid realities about your death, about your family's death. You're going to be thinking about wills. You're going to be thinking about what's going to be left behind. Your parents are going to be thinking about what they want to leave you behind when they pass away. So inheritances will be talked about, if not initialized. There'll be some signing of contracts. There will also be a dissolution of marriage for a lot of people with Capricorn in the 8th house. There will be divorces or renewals, depending on how dignified Saturn is. You could have a renewal in marriage, renewing vows after a long, hard period. But it is going to talk about some kind of an up and down and a transformation in that relationship. It's also going to be in-laws. If you have Capricorn in the 8th house, that means that your in-laws, this is all Vedic astrology, not tropical, but that means that you could have a fight with your in-laws. You might not get along with your in-laws. There may be a huge fight. Oh boy, there's going to be, and even if you're a Capricorn sun, tropical or rising right now, you might have some very big arguments with your in-laws, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways, yeah, you're going to have a very difficult time. and you and your in-laws are not going to get along and maybe stop talking. One of your in-laws could pass away or even become terminally ill. Maybe something like Alzheimer's, maybe something like cancer, maybe something like, I don't know, just something where they're getting older and they're not going to make it. Your in-laws may also be divorcing. That could be something you're experiencing, that there's going to be a separation in that arena. There's also a lot of research happening in the 8th house with Capricorn, working very hard, very long hours in researching a cure. A lot of you might be looking into a cure for cancer, a cure for Alzheimer's, or a cure for some kind of terminal illness. So you may be just researching up all night on your phone a lot, maybe looking into mantras or Reiki healing, dietary moves that you can make to help someone that's sick. Maybe even doing some kind of nursing or doctoring at this time. Maybe someone's overcoming a surgery, or maybe you are, or you're thinking about a surgery. And so you're going to be researching, looking into, is the surgery any good for me right now? Should I be doing the surgery? What will be the effects of the surgery? Things of that nature. So there's some concerns, some worry. A lot of you guys could also be getting into some kind of an investment with insurance. So that could be big. Life insurance, burial insurance, things of that nature. Beneficiaries, looking into that. Adding beneficiaries onto your accounts. So that's going to be pretty prominent with Capricorn in the 8th house. I also feel like you might have some kind of karma with your stomach. There could be something that happens. Somebody could be getting stabbed in the stomach or feel like there's a stabbing pain. You might have a kidney stone or something wrong with your kidneys that might just pop up, especially with Capricorn. There's Saturn. And so I really feel like this is going to be a difficult time for you, but you're going to be strong. You're going to be very powerful. You're going to overcome this. I think you're going to be experiencing a lot of responsibilities for your in-laws. You're going to have to take some responsibility for them. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just picking them up at the airport and letting them stay at your house for a while. Maybe it's just going to be helping your in-laws with their affairs. But there's going to be some kind of responsibility you're taking over for that. There's also going to be some responsibilities for teaching about the esoteric, about spiritual things, spiritual knowledge. You might find someone under your wing that you're going to be teaching about. You're going to get to share your knowledge with somebody, and you're going to be researching even deeper. I do sense that you might have a discovery. There's going to be some unearthing. You might even find a diamond or jewelry underground somewhere, like wherever you're hiking or walking. You might discover some kind of treasure under the ground, or just, under the earth. You've unearthed something. You might even discover a secret, a long-time family secret about your in-laws. Okay? But I definitely think that there's going to be some unearthing, some kind of revelation, some kind of whoa, aha moment for sure. And so you might be doing that. You may also be getting into farming this summer, of course, but definitely thinking about what's in the earth, fertilizers, natural fertilizers, what you want to plant, what do you want to have to harvest. You're going to be looking into remedies, Vedic remedies, teas, herbs. You're going to be looking into a lot of diamonds, jewelry, gemstones, things of that nature. Saturn represents well, one of the nakshatras. Chitra represents jewels, diamonds, things of that nature, and Saturn represents that. And so there's going to be a lot of polishing. Your personality is going to be polished. You're going to have had a rough exterior, and now you're getting toned down. You're getting refined. So there's going to be some refining of you as a person. Drinking fine wines, listening to fine music, reading fine novels, reciting poetry for people, just becoming more a mature person. You might step into your own new representation of who you want to be known as an elderly person. You're going to be a guide to some people. So you want to kind of present that, hey, I'm wise now. Maybe you're going to pick up some glasses and try to look more wise. I do feel some people might be growing their hair out white or gray, whereas you used to dye it. And now you're not going to dye your hair anymore. You're just going to let it be natural. And so I see some people doing that. Anyways, Saturn going into the 9th house. We've been talking about that for a long time. Saturn's been there for a while. And it's just the karma and dharma about your spirituality. It's going to be about all the work you put into your belief systems. You're letting a lot of them go. They're being destroyed. Foundations are being destroyed, period. Old faith, belief systems, gone. That is changing and challenging you right before your eyes. It happens day in and day out. You're going to be very ritualistic. You're going to be more into prayers, mantras. You're going to be sleeping a lot. You're going to be resting more. You're going to be more spiritual than you've ever been in your whole life. You're going to be realizing that maybe in your past life, you were a guru, you were a teacher, you were like Buddha, you were a monk, you were a nun, you were a priest, you were a pastor, you were somebody. You might have just been a healer or a seer or a psychic, an intuitive or a doctor, but you were somebody very spiritual in a past life. And you're going to be getting in touch with that now with Saturn there in the 9th house. You're going to be experiencing that for you. And you're going to be discovering that you want to travel. So you've been waiting maybe 20, 30 years to travel overseas or something. And now you're finally going to do it. You're finally going to buy that plane ticket and get that passport. You're finally going to have the money to do it. A lot of you may also start a spiritual home business because Capricorn's all about the work, right? You got to have some money to have some play. So you're definitely going to be establishing some kind of a business, maybe overseas or online, some kind of digital spiritual business where it's going to give you the allowance to travel for work and travel spiritually. Maybe you're going to travel to spiritual places. So Saturn there is very good. You're also going to have some kind of karma with your grandpa or your father. If they're elderly, they might get sick. They might discover some kind of illness. They may even pass away. Something could happen. And you're going to be dealing with that. And that's going to help you in your spiritual process with your beliefs. They're going to be close to you, of course. And anyways, that is going to be Saturn in the 9th house. And then Saturn in the 10th house, whoop, whoop, Capricorn in Capricorn. This is beautiful. See, Capricorn was in the 9th, Capricorn was in the 8th, Capricorn was in the 7th. And I'm talking about all those situations. Remember, Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn coming up January 4th, so get ready. So this is what's coming in. And yes, Saturn and Capricorn's like, I can stretch. I can wake up now. The dinosaur has awoken. Godzilla has come from under the ocean and been unearthed. So Capricorns, you are going to be transformed. Woo, woo, you Cappies. Huge shifts in life, huge shifts in work, huge shifts in finances. You're going to be throwing yourself into your work. Relationships could be tried. Your house, oh my gosh. If you're living with someone, you're married, you have a family, you have kids, whatever. Cancer is facing you, right? So your home is Cancer. It's all about the lovey-dovey relationships at home. This is going to be tried karmically. If there is some karma that hasn't been dealt with, you're going to have to face it about your spouse, about your kids. This is going to be very difficult for you. In-laws, your house, you may be moving. You may be talking about divorce or separation. You may be talking about how someone owes you guys money. You're definitely going to have a difficult time, okay? But money's going to look very good. I think that you're going to work harder than you've ever worked before, and your finances are going to be very stable. I think that you're going to be really focused on work, and that's probably why. So you're going to spend a lot of time earning more money so you can establish a better life. I do think you're going to be following your purpose at this time. I think that you're going to start making moves in investments, making moves in 401k, pension, insurance. You're going to be looking after your mother. I think your mother could definitely be coming under some kind of an illness or something, and you're going to be taking care of her. Maybe she's just elderly. Maybe she's got Alzheimer's. Maybe she just needs to stay with you right now because she's financially not okay. Or maybe your mom's going through a divorce, but Capricorn in the 10th house will mean that, you know, you might be taking on your mother as an added responsibility. And so I definitely see that happening. And I do feel like you're going to establish a home office, or establish a place where you're going to sleep at work. Like you're going to be working so much you might sleep at work. But that's going to come up. And so just a lot of changes for you. Good changes, because Saturn is in your sign, and I think that it wants to help you succeed. It wants you to be successful. So your career is going to make it, but your home life may struggle a bit because you're going so after your career. You're really going after your desires, your midhaven, your purpose. That family may suffer. Family may be on the back burner a little bit. And Saturn just wants you to try to balance everything. So be careful. Yeah, the Hermit popped out. Go within, be careful. Saturn in the 10th house, it's time for you to really look within yourself and know what you really want. Make sure that your goals are aligned with your spirit before you go after them, okay? And Saturn, being in the sign of Capricorn, is usually a sign that you're going to find your purpose. So if you've never found your career, if you've never found your purpose at all, you're going to find it now. So you're going to find yourself, you're going to find your purpose, and that's going to initiate so much changes for you. And being that it's in the 10th house, it's really just it's going to affect your career. It's going to affect your work. It's going to affect your destiny. If you were meant to be a doctor, but you've been a lawyer, you're going to change careers. If you were meant to be a nurse, but you're a lawyer, you're going to change your careers. If you were meant to be a teacher, but you're a stay-at-home mom, you're going to change your careers now. It's happening. If you were meant to be a mother, and not be out there working, then that's going to change. It's going to bless you where you need to be put as far as your purpose. Your purpose is priority, and everything else takes backseat. And that would be Capricorn in the 10th house, which is Saturn in the 10th house right now. And then going into the 11th house, Capricorn in the 11th house, this is going to signify new friendships, new alliances. You're going to alienate yourself from your past. You're going to be looking towards the future. You're going to find new friends, new groups, more long distance traveling, but also a lot of luck. If you have Saturn, or should I say Capricorn, in your 11th house, or Saturn even afflicts or aspects your 11th house, it's going to affect your rewards. So Saturn's going to give you a lot of money or take a lot of money away, depending on how it's looking dignified in your chart. You're going to want to check that. If Saturn is dignified and has a lot of points on your Astrological chart, or it's where they have the points that you get per planet. If it's got higher points, then you're going to get a lot of money, a lot of rewards, financial gain, fame. You can even get fame. But if it's lower marked, between a 1 and a 4, you might experience some losses, a lack of fame, a loss of money even, loss of friendships. So karma is really going to be coming after you like, hey, I'm going to take this away and I'm going to give this to you. Whatever that is, but this is the 11th house represents luck, and it represents all of your rewards for your lifetime. So now that Capricorn's there with Saturn, you're going to have to work really hard for your rewards, or you're going to get rewarded very easily for all your hard work. It kind of just depends on your chart, but rewards are coming in. So definitely see where your Capricorn is, if it's in your 11th house, how that's going to affect you. What other planets are in there? And that's going to be just beautiful for you. There's going to be a lot of desire for success and fame, being well known. So I see that, and I see especially if you've been at something for years and years and years, it's going to pay off. And you're going to establish a long-time friendship with someone. Maybe you're going to go see a long-time friend that you've not been able to see for a while. And older siblings, if you have some, you're going to be visiting them, getting back in touch with them. You could be also maybe even moving away from your siblings and your family and establishing a new life, meeting a new friend, and having that friend become family. That could be your life purpose, but that's definitely what's going to be happening to you. A lot of people might even be establishing a business overseas or in a very lucky place where you're going to be very, very wealthy. You might even establish a business with older siblings, and it's going to be very prosperous, very financially gaining if you've been interested in that. Investing in something that has capital gains, investing in something that has rewards as far as interest rewards, like maybe a big savings account, CDs, getting into any stock market or real estate would be really cool, really good to get into. If Capricorn's in your 11th house, I think you could get a lot of reward. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you dedicate yourself to, you're going to get back probably tenfold with it there. So that's really good. And then lastly, Saturn going into your 12th house, Capricorn, excuse me, going into your 12th house. This means you're going to take things very, very seriously. Death is going to be taken very seriously. You're going to be looking at a reality about spirituality, what's real, what's not real. You're going to be spending a lot of time looking into life after death. You're going to be spending a lot of time looking into getting debt-free. Also getting away from someone. Somebody could have escaped an abusive relationship, and you're going to escape that person, and you're going to have to reestablish yourself with a new name and a new location. That's just for some people, of course, but that could come in. And it's also the energy of establishing a career spiritually, something that your family wouldn't normally agree with. It's like you have a whole family of doctors, and now you're going to be a tarot reader. You know, it's you breaking free from the family, doing your own thing, putting your mind to it and making a go of it and having a successful turnaround, supporting yourself with no support. You're going to be very alone. With Capricorn there in the 12th house, I think you're going to spend a lot of your time alone. I do think also, we got the death card, it kind of flew out. It's true. You might be facing death, some kind of a terminal illness, or a hospital visit. You might visit someone that has passed on. This could be anyone in your family, anyone you're close to, anyone that you're in relation with. You'll be visiting a hospital here and definitely facing some kind of death with that person. Generally speaking, an older person for sure. But that's something that could be concerning, something to think about. And that's mostly for Aries rising people. You know, wait a minute, is that it? No, that's for an Aquarius rising. My bad. So that's for an Aquarius rising person. You might be losing somebody close to you, especially if they're a Capricorn. So also, I'm on the 12th house is what I'm on. And so in the 12th house there with Capricorn, I really feel like hospital visits, even a lawyer's visit, like a courthouse, could be happening for you. You also might be facing a lot like Virgo. Wow, that's ironic. It is ironic. You're looking at Virgo. You could be in a courthouse on another end where there's some kind of karmic court that you have to go to. Literally, like you have to go to court and face someone. There's going to be a situation you're going to have to deal with and confront. Once you get through that, I think that you'll have cleared some karma for this lifetime. So I think a lot of you that have Capricorn there in the 12th, you're really in the business of clearing karma permanently from this life, past lives, and so you don't carry them into the next. And so there's going to be a lot of spiritualism. There's going to be a lot of candles, a lot of mantras, a lot of meditation. There's going to be a lot of prayer and Reiki and chakra cleaning, and you're really going to be into that. And it's going to be the dispersing of karma. And so you're going to be very focused into esoteric knowledge, spiritual teachings, emerald tablets, hermetic teachings, law of attraction. You're going to be really into a higher form of self, a more spiritual form of self. And you're going to be dedicating a lot of your hours and a lot of your time onto that for this 2020. That's going to be a focus for someone that has Capricorn in the 12th house, because of Saturn being there. And so everything else is going to kind of fall away, and you're going to have this crazy focus onto all of that. And you're going to be spending a lot of money and a lot of time and hard work into making that happen for you in this lifetime. And you might even be working in a hospital. Some people may be working in a hospital or getting a job in a hospital just temporarily, like a helper, and a counselor, a visitor of some sort, or even working at a courthouse as a liaison, or like a child care person, or someone that helps people that are going to court. You might be a spiritual therapist for someone that's going through a big court trial process or a very big illness. And anyways, that's it. That's it for Capricorn in the houses. Let's go just real quickly, a little view about what's going on with your person. All right. What's going on with your person? They're coming in very emotional with the Queen of Cups. Your person's coming in kind of crying, having a difficult time with something. Oh, yeah. 5 of Cups in reverse. Again, they've gotten this in reverse. It's so crazy. I've gotten this for your person a few times. They're having a hard time getting over a sadness, getting over some pain. The ultimate outcome is that they are going to get over it. They're going to have to come out of this mental funk, this emotional funk, really, because this is about loss, sadness, grief, and solitude. It talks about adversity. It's about the loss of a relationship, but this is the healing, the recovery. This is reverse. So it's about getting out of regret, remorse, and sorrow, making it better again. And I know that because before that is the 6 of Swords, resolution. So your person wants to resolve an issue with you and overcome something with you and offer some kind of love, offer some kind of communication, some kind of emotional happiness, some kind of a message of good news. And this person wants to come up from this. There's going to be a solution here. So yeah, there may be a broken relationship, but there's a solution to it. And really the timing of what's going on here is this karmic energy. Right now, they're going through this karmic situation where it's causing them to be stressed, to be like, but they're coming in really emotional with the Queen of Cups. Loving, affectionate, romantic even, warm, loving someone unconditionally. We could be dealing with a Cancer energy. We even have Virgo. We have Leo. We have Scorpio. And we have Libra. We even have Capricorn. Okay, so those are some of the signs we have coming in. And I do think your person does want to seek a resolution. They're looking within to find the passion, to find the courage, to find the strength to speak up. They want to put an end to this very difficult fight you guys have had. It's been a hard battle. They feel beaten. They feel defeated. They know you feel defeated. They know you guys have had some very painful conversations because of a karmic energy, because of a third person, because of someone out there that's causing conflict in your guys' relationship, because you guys have a very strong twin flame energy. It's probably a twin flame reading that I'm reading for with this person. So you and this person are soul tied, bonded, okay? And this person wants to wake up and roar again and get that passion for you again. Speak out and come after that twin flame energy, okay? So this person is trying to find what this is. And they have to defeat this karmic energy. So yeah, resolutions coming in. Tell me more about the karmic timing. Tell me more about this karmic timing. Give me the timing of this. So we have 8 of Swords and 2 of Wands. So this is 8 days to 2 weeks. So either the past 8 days to the past 2 weeks, or the future 8 days to 2 weeks. But this is going to be coming up and coming out. There is going to be some communication. Knight of Cups talks and suggests about an action towards love, movement towards true love. So I do think there's going to be this really nice apology. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. And that is talking about taking responsibility for your actions. It's about being a leader. It's about being a support and a guide. So tell me about a little bit more how this person's coming in. Okay, Childhood. So Queen of Cups and childhood. This person's thinking about their childhood with you or a child they have with you. This person's coming in very emotional. There is some mommy issues probably, and there's some attachment issues here with that. And so your person's coming in feeling a little bit attached to their childhood. They're discovering new things about that. They're looking at, maybe I've, had some issues in my life based on my childhood. Maybe it's time I start going within, looking into that, seeing what I could do to better myself, seeing what I could do to address some of those childhood issues and stand up like a man or a woman and just face them and defeat them once and for all. There's been a lot of back and forth in their head, mental anxiety about their childhood and past, but they're really facing their karma. They're facing that right now. And they do feel a little bit stuck, but they are making a decision to get out. And I like the Two of Wands right next to the two flames, the twin flames. So again, I see this union, this reconciliation coming in. So tell me a little bit more about the Five of Cups in reverse. Tell me about the Five of Cups in reverse, please. Ooh. Okay, so I got clearing. Oops, oh, that fell right on it. So they're clearing up their quietness. They're clearing up their drama with you. They're clearing up the disagreements you guys have had and shared. They want to clear the past. They want to fix some of that. Oops, I got my cards mixed up here. Hang on. Okay. Bottom of the deck is let go, letting go. So they're trying to let go of your guys' drama. They really want forgiveness. They want you to have forgiveness with them. Your person really desires another opportunity, but they don't really see how. They're kind of unsure. It's a little clouded. That's why they're spending some time within. They're trying to figure it out. They don't have the answers, or they wouldn't still be looking. So they don't have the answers, but they know they are done with the karmic relationship, and they want to offer a twin flame relationship again. So there is this coming out of a dark situation, a very painful one, and going into a better one. So they want to make up here with someone, possibly even a Queen of Cups. Okay? Tell me a little bit more. Yeah, it's unavoidable. They just know they have to speak to you. They have to talk to you. It's unavoidable. They have to let go of their fears and just move forward with you. I love it. Tell me a little bit more about your person here with little dog oracles. Tell me a little bit about this person. Tell me a little bit more about this person. We have humility. Bow down. So your person wants to bow down. They have a little humiliation. They are a little bit humiliated about the embarrassment of the karmic situation, what they've been through, what they're going through. They know they kind of have to bow down and come in peace and come with an apology and say, yeah, I am very sorry that I've put us through this turmoil, through this difficult period with karma, with a karmic person. I understand that I've betrayed you and you feel backstabbed and you feel defeated and you feel like our relationship has met a demise. But understand that this karmic relationship is coming to a close, coming to an end, that there is going to be demise with this karmic situation. And so your person does want to get honest and talk to you about the honest truth, which is this is ending. This is coming to a closure. So they don't really want you to keep stressing and worrying about this. This person kind of wants to communicate with you and say, hey, it's not a problem anymore. And they do know that they're going to have to make a decision to be humble when they do come in to talk about it. Can you please give me an oracle about this Five of Cups in reverse? Wild dog, answer the call. So they've been feeling this synchronistic energy pulling them towards you. Answering the call. This is like Judgment card. Think of the Gabriel angel, Archangel Gabriel with the call, the trumpet, answering the call. And this person's been wild, uncontrollable, out of control. And now they have to answer the call to be tameable, to be humble, to come in and answer for their mistakes, answer for their problems that they've caused. So they need to do that. They need to step up and really be honest, is what I'm sensing. And that's really about this Five of Cups. They feel like they have to clear the air with you. And I think really that's the message. They want to clear the air with you. And that is this apology. It may not be, let's get back together and have union and live happily ever after and make babies and get married. But it may just be, look, I miss you and I care about you. I want to extend a hand. Just a small message, a token of my affection. I care about you and I am sorry for the past. It may be as simple as that. It may not take a lot of action to change anything right now, but it's the fact that this person wants to reach back out and be humble enough to do so. Tell me a little bit more about humility. Tell me a little bit more about humility. Knight of Wands. Passionate, fast. This is like passionately, consistently just rushing towards you, a lot of fire energy. They really have a deep desire to get to business and really apologize. I mean, this has been burning inside of them for a long time. It's not something so recent. Okay? They've been feeling this for a while, and they really want to come in quickly and fix this. Dreams. So they've been having a lot of dreams, possibly nightmares about you. She who dreams is escape, dreams, and fantasy. Her name is Isra. And this could be about escaping reality, escaping the truth. And now they're realizing it. They're being haunted by you in their dreams. And they feel you and they sense you. And this picture is very sensual. She feels the earth around her. She feels the wind around her, the moon. She's really in her feelings. Again, Cancerian energy with the moon, but can also be Pisces, even Scorpio. Very watery, very emotional, and that's how your person is coming in. Here it is. Isra, she who dreams, rests upon a rock under a rising full moon. The moonflower vine twists up her legs around her arm to weave through the hair. The blooming flowers create a temporary tiara brought to life by the light of the moon. Isra dreams as the wind whisks her hair while leaves the dance in the breeze. She knows how to escape the harshness of the so-called real world. So your person's been in denial. This person's been escaping the harshness of reality. But like we all said, with Capricorn going into Saturn going into Capricorn by January 4th, it's about reality, getting away from fantasy, having to see the truth, not being able to escape it. Anyways, your person knows how to escape the harshness of reality. Okay, I'll put it on the charger. Thank you.
Mom, it died.
It has to charge. Here. You have to go on the bed with it while it charges. Let me know when it turns on. It's over there. Okay, I better hurry. I lost my place. Listening to the music of the celestial choir, she closes her eyes. Her fantasy brings her contentment, so she takes time to drift into her dreams. The message brought by Isra is to honor your dreams. They allow you a sanctuary where you can occasionally disappear and give your doubts and worries as a much-needed break. No. Let your soul be soothed by impractical fantasies and foolish notions every day. When you acknowledge the power and mental escape, you can begin to see which your fears are real and which are unreal. You will also learn which of your fantasies are closer to reality than you thought. I like that. Which of your fantasies are closer to reality than you thought? This insight is the gift of she who dreams. And the questions of this card are, what is their craziest dream? And how can they make time to indulge in these dreams? And when do I need to utilize this mental escape technique the most? So I'm really picking up the energy that your person has been not in reality, trying to escape reality about the breakup, the problems, the karmic energy. They've just been trying to avoid reality, kind of denying themselves the truth, living a fantasy. And I think your person has been living a fantasy with this karmic entity, whatever it is, work, person, lover, mostly a lover, okay, but they've been escaping reality into this little fantasy karmic world. And now reality's kind of taking a toll on them. That's why it's in reverse. And now they kind of have to wake up and get out of the fog and see that you and this person, which seemed like a fantasy, which seemed unrealistic, which seemed like they did dream about you, they did miss you, but it couldn't be real. It couldn't be real again. They're starting to see it's actually more real than they thought. That this crazy dream about you and this person actually having another relationship or a relationship period is very possible. And they're kind of leaving the realm of fantasy to reality. And they're really going within to see that, is this really real? Can this really be real? And at the bottom of the deck, the underlined energy is she who whispers, secrets, confessions, and confidant. So I think your person secretly is thinking about all these options and opportunities. And secrets have been prominent between you and this person since the beginning of the readings anyways. So this person really wants to take a look at the depth of this. How real is this? And let's just read a little bit about that. And it says, she knows how to keep a secret. Isn't that your guys' energy today? Keeping secrets. She knows how to whisper. She knows how to keep these secrets. You won't pry anything from her lips. She is the quintessential vault who holds all the lies and all the truths into her world. A lot like the High Priestess, which is both of your guys' energy. And in fact, it is said to transform this into a positive energy. Her smoky quartz headdress removes negative energy. Okay, it even transforms it. It's her role to hear all the confidences of all who come to her. And Consia, which is Latin for confidant, never judges. She simply listens. This card reveals that all of us have secrets. It may be time to release yours now if they have become a burden. If you are concerned about being judged, look into your own heart first for compassion. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our secrets are unquietly deep and dark. When we expose them to the light, we may discover others with the same fears. If someone has entrusted you with their secrets, honor their confidence, but ask yourself, what are these secrets? So, all in all, I feel like the underall energy is you guys have been keeping a secret. They've also been having a secret dream and desire for this relationship. That's pretty obvious. And so here come the headaches, right? They've been hiding their feelings for you. Well, you've already known that. It doesn't take a tarot reader to know that. You guys have probably been singing that song and dance for a long time. But now it's just confirmed, okay? They still keep how they feel about you secret. But the truth is that they have been thinking long and hard about this, and they are absolutely over with this karmic energy, and they do want to reach out and have a resolution and make up and come to a place of peace with you and them in some way. There is some childhood issues that need to get dealt with, and they're trying to go within and heal it, okay? That is what's going on. They're healing it so they can deal with it. So how do they feel about you? Let's get one card here. I am waiting for you to communicate. I can no longer live in suspended energy with you. Truth, again, see, secrets and truth. Truth needs to be spoken between us. Cheapers, guys. Secrets, truths. This is the theme of our whole reading today. Point blank period. Truth needs to be spoken between us. And this is where the resolution comes in. This is where the Six of Swords is leaving turbulent waters, rough seas, hard times, and coming into a peaceful time. Making peace. Getting over this consistent, whiny, I can't get over it, it's been too hard, it's too much situation. And quit crying over spilled milk and speak the truth between you guys. So that's really what's happening here. And what is the truth? I'm sure you're all curious. What is this truth that needs to be spoken? Again, we have like the same dang cards. It's ridiculous. We have balance. One, that there's establishing balance, and they want to establish balance with you, which is a 6 energy. Harmony, balance, restoration. Libra energy again. Synchronicities are the truth. That, yeah, I am seeing synchronistic numbers, birthdays, names, music, you name it. It's coming up into my energy. I see it, I know it, it happens every day. The next one is that things need to change. I'm moving out of a situation I'm no longer happy in. This is the truth that needs to come out between you guys. That I'm done. I'm not happy in my current karmic, current living situation or circumstance. I'm moving, I'm changing, I'm getting out of that karmic energy. Why? One more confirmation. Conclusions. Somehow, some way, Saturn came in Capricorn and it's like starting to move, but it's kicking butt. And before Saturn moves into Cappy, it's leaving Saggy, which is life lessons, where Jupiter drops some knowledge on your person. And Jupiter was supposed to drop knowledge on you. So I hope it did. I hope that Jupiter and Saturn dropped some truth bombs and some knowledge bombs on you before January 4th. I hope that's what happens. But once these truths have been known and these lessons and these karmic dispersities have happened, you guys can conclude that chapter. You can conclude 2019, call it good. Don't relive it. Don't rehash it. Just move forward. And those are some of the truths that need to be spoken. One more here about the truths that need to be spoken, please. Let me do a good shuffle. Oh, that was there. Comfort. Okay, one more about the truths that need to be spoken. Okay. So, discovery, like it came earlier, discovering that you guys are soul tied. Twin flames, lovers, divine relationship, bonded through time and time again. Your souls, okay, are tied. Soul ties. And the truth that needs to be spoken is that they're not stupid to it. They get it now. The truth is they understand there is some very strange happenings around your relationship that are not explainable, except with fate, synchronicities, and spiritual connection. Unexplainable otherwise. They understand that there must be something more to this relationship than meets the eye. And lastly, healing. So the truths that need to be spoken is, are we healing? Are we dealing with this? The truths that need to be spoken is there is healing that is still needed. Handle it, deal with it, and do what you got to do. But healing is a truth, and it has to happen for prosperity. Has to happen for any kind of movement forward in your guys' relationship. And the last oracle of the day for all of you guys involved, I will do an Akashic record, Akashic tarot. Spirit, please give me a divine message for everyone here watching with the Akashic records. What information can you show me for the fate of these two people? Show me the fate of these two people. What is the fate? What is the fate of these two people? What is the fate? There is probably an Egyptian tie between you guys. Okay. So the fate is the willow tree. Two forces, the willow. This is like Two of Swords. Your fate is big decisions. And I love the willow tree. Maybe the willow tree has some kind of a synchronistic tie to you. Maybe the willow tree has always been something meaningful for you. The willow to me does represent a sad tree, a tree that flows. It's a beautiful tree. I do feel like this willow tree is really flowing and growing with so much magic. Let's go ahead and read this. I always think willow trees are very magical. Synchronistic number, page 166. Interesting. Okay. Oops. This is a big, beautiful willow tree, and it stands in the summer sun. The stately tree is strong and flexible. The card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation that is capable of standing up to anything. Aw, so this is your guys' fate. You guys have very long, deep roots, a deep-rooted past life connection, a deep-rooted connection, and I love it. And I just feel like this is a foundation that is withstanding anything. Okay, now is the time for you both to stand tall and feel the support of the earth between your feet. This card indicates a time of calm, so enjoy the peaceful energy now. It also signifies a time of power, perfect reinforcing your foundation in your work, your family, and in your spirit, and in the depth of your belief in yourself. Very Capricorn. Whatever is just like the willow, you have a peaceful strength drawn from the waters of your soul, and it extends through you for all eternity, standing confident in your truth. Take the actions that support growth for all things, and know that you are powerful. Wow. So really the fate for you guys is you're going to withstand anything. And you have a very healthy foundation. And the most loud message is you finally have some peace. You guys are going to have some peace. And I think it's much needed. I think there's been a long time where you haven't had peace. And now you're going to have peace. So that is your fate. That is what Spirit sees for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this channel and listening to my long messages. I hope it did something for you. Happy New Year's. May it be beautiful. May you have a nice celebration with your family. And may you look forward to this new year of peaceful resolution, right? And I had one of my videos that said conflict resolution. Do you guys remember that one? And you should watch that. It's a couple videos back, but it talked about conflict resolution. And then I had a video on forgiveness. And really, we're just building up to this moment of having one big conflict and then making a resolution of it. And that's 2020. It's making peace with the past, right? We've already had our upheavals, and now we're time for the foundation for the peace. And so, anyways, we're getting it. I love you guys. Have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm going to go be with my kiddos and get some KFC or something maybe and enjoy what's left of New Year's Eve. It's still pretty early over here. But Happy New Year's, everybody. And I'm so happy that this reading came out good. I know it was a little scary, but, you know, this is the Truth Tarot over here. Truth Tarot, I don't candy coat it, so I hope it was good. I hope you decided to do the right thing. And, I mean, if you did, look how great the outcome is, really. Really, the outcome is resolution and union. Coming together in any way, shape, or form is beautiful. And I look forward to that. So you guys should too. I love you guys. It's all good from now. It's like basically we're going downhill. Do you guys feel like we've been going uphill? Capricornians right there, just going climbing the mountain. And now we get to coast. This is what this is. We just get to coast down the mountain. It's a break. Sure, there's going to be other mountains to climb, but right now, let's enjoy the moment of coasting. Just going with the flow, right? Everything's smooth. Resolution's here. It's peace. All right. Well, I love you guys. See you next year, 2020. Bye. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. Bye, guys.